All right. Good morning. 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 Hello. Girl, don't ever look at me and ask me to turn you on. What is that song? Robert Plant. No, Robert Plant. I didn't mean to turn you on. With Steph, it'd be like, I didn't mean to turn you out. Come on, Trink, where's my money? I didn't mean to. I'm Rick James, bitches. All Steph can do is make hand gestures like she's slapping me.
Just slapping?
Does that cost extra?
I'm still not on.
Hey, girl. Let me turn you up, turn you on, and put your face down.
Oh.
I'm talking about face down in a computer, man.
Yeah,
she needs to be finding stories.
Yeah, okay.
God, why do y'all always think the dirtiest thoughts?
Because it comes out of your mouth.
Because it comes out of your mouth, yes. And we know exactly how you mean it.
No, you think, which means you apparently think that way. Don't try to make it out like I think that way.
You're a man. Every man thinks that way.
The bad thing is humans, what's funny is I can insinuate one thing and it can be taken in 10 different directions.
Mm-hmm.
But if you take it a certain way, does that make me the bad person?
Yes.
Why? You're the one that took it that way.
Because you're the one that made the sound.
But you're the one that took it that way.
Made the
Which
sound.
means,
Yeah,
which means if I say something and it can be taken in 10 different ways and you take it in the wrong way, does that mean that I'm a suggestive person and I suggest things in a dirty way? Or does that mean that you apparently think in the wrong way and that's why you automatically assume that's what I meant?
No, it's your fault.
Really?
Yeah.
Everything's your fault today.
Okay. So,
Again, when you're that person that tries to blame everybody else, that shows that you're that person.
So who did you say sang that didn't mean to turn you on?
Robert Palmer.
Palmer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plant Zeppelin.
Yes,
See,
that's right.
He was
So
right.
you thought you was going to be all smart mouth.
No.
Yeah,
Little
no.
Richard.
Oh, so you're going to now blame it on Little Richard?
Yes.
So you
'Cause
are.
look,
No. You
I'm
are that
that
person.
person.
See? We just put labels on stuff today.
Nothing is my fault.
I see that.
Nothing ever.
I see that.
Okay. So do you have the halo?
Uh-huh. Where's
But
my
your horns are holding it up.
Hey. That golden ring that you think's around her head is the golden pea ring that's been stuck around the edge of that toilet for a long time.
Disgusting.
The only ring you would have around your head would either be blue or gold.
Shut up.
So last night, Alex was trying to say bye to everybody, and I walked by with the camera, and he yells, "Morning, Wood," and it was flipped upside down.
Like
I said, "Oh crap, it's a 69 morning." Message.
Every time.
Oh my God, I'm glad my wife's the dirty girl.
David said that.
Well, I would like to believe it would be David.
Well, I don't know. Some
Denise,
other
do you
people
have an
might have
alternate
dirty-
husband when your husband's out of town? We got a husband number 2.
No.
Be like Doc. Doc's got wife 1, stay home wife, work
Prospect
wife, prospect wife,
ex-wife,
prospect toaster oven wife, microwave wife. You know.
if you say so.
Here's what I know is a microwave is only like 18 inches wide or whatever, 2 feet wide as a total and 12 inches tall or 18 inches tall as a total. So if flipping somebody to the dark side, well, Darth Vader. So flipping them to the dark side gets you a toaster oven. How much flippage does it take to get a deep freezer? A lot.
All I know is it's not my fault.
Look, if you sell enough Mary Kay, you get a pink Cadillac. Wonder how much flipping you got to do to get a pink caddy.
I don't know.
And then on the side of it, would it just have a picture of a roast beef sandwich?
Oh, with cheese?
With cheese, please.
And Arby's sauce.
So anyhow, I'm sure somebody will have their butt hurt and try to send in complaints this morning. I need you to send all complaint box to does it look like I give up .com.
Oh, we do need to make a email that
We are. Remember,
IDA
Steve used to have the FU line. So we're gonna create something similar. I want to create a an email account that can be read online. Of course, when we read it, we'd have to censor it the best we could.
Yeah.
Just for fun radio, what the frack do you want?
I'm butthurt.
Well, I suggest you get over it. The PC office is filed under I don't give a .com.
I don't give a flyingmonkey.com.
IDAGF.
For the reasons
.com.
you're referring to.
Well, I'm just so over all the PC crap. Take your sensitivity crap, go get you some Kleenex, wipe it up, and stick it in your pocket.
Amen. Yeah, I'm butthurt because I ate Mexican with ghost peppers.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
So you're really, really, really
butt
butthurt.
hurt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just in a whole different kind of way. I was just going to refer to on Denise's deal. You know, we're not going to say that it's your fault, but we're going to blame you. There's a big
Yes,
difference.
we are the United States. We don't have to say it's your fault. We'll just give you a effing trophy for trying to even play that card. Here's you a trophy. It says, thanks for trying. Yay, because there's no effing losers on our team.
Yeah, we reward you for failure. I love it.
We'll send you an EBT card, some food stamps,
just
a
put that
Medicaid
there.
card, and I don't care if you can walk straight or not. You just keep wearing that boot on your foot, and we'll give you full medical assistance because we are the land of the free. Take whatever you want.
And don't pay taxes.
But we're sorry. We're so sorry, asses in the United States, that we won't take care of our homeless. We won't feed and shelter our homeless vets who have fought for our freedoms. And allow our president to take God know how many vacations this year. But we want to bring in 10,000 people that have never paid one drop of taxes, have not contributed to one thing in the United States besides maybe a couple of bombs. But we're going to let our homeless people just starve on the streets. See, that's the thing. When everybody wants to be mad at me right now, everybody wants to be mad because they're saying I'm insensitive and I'm not willing to let the refugees come here. No, what I'm saying is we already have homeless people. Thank you. We don't need you. Our quota for homeless has already been met for the year. Thank you. Try again next year. If we had a system that wasn't already failing, if we had a system that was already set up, me and Alex discussed this last night, if there was already a system set up that could take care of this, terrific. Run them in, process them, just like cattle at a meat plant. Run them in, process them, ship them out. But that's not the case. Not when I know for a fact in the hometown in which we live in now, there's 7 homeless people living under a bridge. So all you assholes that are living around Conyers that want to hate on me, get your fat ass off your couch and go feed the homeless people in your own community. Don't keep sitting on Facebook trying to call Scotty a bigot, because really, you're the bigot. You're the bigot. You're not contributing. You want to say all these things sitting on your couch, but you're not helping the world. You're milking off the world. You're not helping. There you go. There's my gripe for the day.
This message.
Send it to .com.
How you spell that?
And this will be on YouTube, so you can make sure that your fat ass can go show all your friends how insensitive I am.
Yeah, make sure, don't get up off your fat ass. You got to email it to everybody.
Yeah. God knows you won't come to my door and run your mouth, but you'll call me a bigot all over Facebook. And who's the bigger bigot? Who's the bigger bigot? Me for trying to stand up for our nation and say, please take care of the ones we already have. Or, sure, F everybody that's in the United States. Let's not worry about feeding the people that are civilians. Let's not take care of the poor kids that's, got parents that beat them up and abuse them. Let's not take care of where the defects is falling completely through the lines and there's kids getting molested every day. Let's not try to fix the economy that's already failing. Let's introduce 10,000 more victims that can't be taken care of in our country. Sure, our system ain't effed up enough. Let's just make it worse. Oh, and I'm a bigot.
But
I'm a bigot, but yet you're not contributing to fix it.
I got this will really annoy you. 10,000 is just the start. The goal is 250,000.
Yes, I just was starting to open that. And see, me and Alex can have such a great debate because Alex is a very, very intelligent person who is willing to use the freedoms of expression and the freedoms of speech, and he's able to listen to both sides. Or you can be that bigot that wants to call me a bigot because I have a point of view that doesn't match your point of view. But what happened to you're supposed to be free to think, I'm supposed to be free to think, but
and you can agree to disagree.
That's right. Instead, you just want to be the bigot to cause mortal disruption in my world.
Well, the thing is, too, though, that they're saying that some of these refugees that they're talking about bringing into the country, they don't know who is in ISIS and who
they don't
really
have a
is.
clue.
Well, and my daughter actually had to come home because they were talking about everything in class yesterday, and she came home and had to interview. I say interview. She asked us like 3 questions, but and like she asked us, I think, do you think they should be allowed in our country? And she was like, why do you think the bad ones want to come over, and why do you think the good ones want to come over?
Well, and those are good questions. I mean, you know, the good ones want to come over because they want to get out of the hellhole that they're in, but the bad ones want to come over to make this country the hellhole that they're coming from.
Here's the thing, and everybody can argue it all they want, but we're in 2015. Their religion is basically saying kill anybody that's not their religion.
Exactly.
I'm hearing people go, well, you know, the Christians used to behead people back in the 1500s. Well, we're in 2015. Suck it. Don't use some bull crap what happened 300 years ago as your excuse. That is as bad. That is as bad as the black guy that says my grandmother was a slave. Your grandmother was not a slave. It's 2015. If you go back 100 years, I'm just sitting here shaking my head.
Yeah, and bringing that up is not going to change anything right now.
Yeah.
Like you were saying.
The past is the past.
It's not going to make any difference what they did 3,000 years ago.
And also, the American Indian was treated a lot worse.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, my ancestors were just wiped off the face of the friggin' planet when they were here.
Yes.
So for you fat ass that want to keep calling me a bigot, well, let's look about my people. Your people traded each other in Africa. If you want to go that far, if you want to try to be that person, we already know through history that happened. My ancestors traded each other a little bit too. But if I remember correctly, this boat called the Mayflower showed up here and people started getting killed from the beginning. Then there's this dude called Custer. Yeah, he kind of wiped out a couple of nations. There was seven original Indian nations in the United States.
Yep.
A lot of them got wiped out. So next time you call me a bigot, go look in the mirror and really look at who the bigot is. I just love the people that want to scream bigot because they are not smart enough to come up with another word to define why they're mad at me. Message.
It's all because you don't see things from their point of view.
Because I don't agree with them.
And you don't agree.
I'm a bigot because I don't agree with them.
But
you're not willing to be smart enough to educate yourself to even find out what my point of view is.
But your point of view and what you agree with,
it doesn't have to match them.
But about 90% of America agrees with it right now.
Well, and that's the other thing is for everybody that keeps saying I'm so wrong. Here's my laughter. For everybody that says I'm wrong, I've got 2,106,060 people that seem to agree with me. 2,106,000 people that seem to possibly think I'm not too wrong. 2 million people. One more time as you sit on your couch and you fondle yourself. 2 million people. Does that turn you on? I hope it makes you horny, baby.
Well, then you got to do it like this.
I'm just
come on,
man. And if I really piss you off so bad, why are you listening to my show? Why are you paying attention to my YouTube? Why are you telling all your hating vamps to come over to my stuff? Come on, it is what it is, people.
Jacob said, say fat ass 100 more times. They're not offended yet.
Fat ass. Fat ass. If you had to have a razor to shave your ass, it'd have to be a 4-wheel drive because of all the dents in it.
Oh my God. You're hitting below the belt there, Scotty.
If you ran a razor across your fat, dimply ass, it'd look like a snowplow in Chicago.
Blah, blah. It's below the belt, literally.
Yeah, that's
okay. So
how you doing, Richard?
I'm good. I was just going to refer back to the ancestral thing. Steph and I have the farthest back ancestors of all. The T-Rex was wiped out.
Yes. Please tell me that your feelings are hurt and you're calling to complain.
Because they got a big head and little bitty arms.
Oh, we got the T-Rex arms.
But you could at least reach and clap.
So a slightly large bottom girl has sent a message. Why they got to be fat asses? Because it fits in the sofa better.
Jacob said
between the cushions. I don't know.
Jacob said he's horny now. Sorry I called you out, Jacob.
So now from another listener. Wow, tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, I know.
Don't hold back.
Well, it's 7:51. I figured I can get it all out by 8. I've taken a lot of abuse over the past couple of days. And what I find funny is the cowardness of posting it on Facebook to try to poke at me, to try to get me to say something because you're too chicken shit to call me. You're too chicken shit to come up in my driveway and point your finger in my face. Good luck.
Look, all you hear is little Richard laughing.
I mean,
crickets.
Good luck. Let me know how that works for you.
He is gone.
You can't come to the South and expect to not blend in. If you're going to come to the South, that mentality of you're right and everybody else is wrong, that needs to be checked at the airport with your luggage.
Them damn Yankees.
Because it's just that way. It's just that way. You want to make war? Well, you made war. You know?
I'm in love, but not a fighter.
That's right.
It's because you can't reach.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's because his face is closer to the belly button than it is the face.
I was gonna say, I'm the right height for motorboating.
See?
Oh,
Good morning.
So on the,
We
yeah,
still got 6 minutes. We're good.
that's right. 6 minutes, Dougie Fresh Show.
We love you a long time.
Or just a little while. It doesn't matter. It's only taking 3.5 minutes. But,
I just got.
don't know if I would be telling that.
I got one listener that just says like someone's gonna come to your door to talk to your Glock.
yeah. Ain't that the truth? Your phone's getting lit up.
My phone's getting lit. Oh, so I want to cover a couple of things. Hold on. I guess I'm slightly large. I guess because there's not an A there. So if I try to read it correctly, I guess I am. I don't know how to. Let me just read it the way it says because it doesn't come out right. I guess slightly large bottom person is better than a sugar flat ace or a super large ace person. So that's you got to remember that we're talking in text slang, you know?
Yeah.
Somebody the other day said, Scott, everything is now text slang. I went, because you're trying to type real fast.
Yeah.
You have to leave out certain words to make it fast. And then we all just end up having improper grammar. But I mean, you know,
But it's like at this point,
we could learn Ebonics and it'd be okay.
You can pretty much understand what they're saying because
yeah, I make sense out of it. It's the rest of y'all that don't make sense out of it.
we have to translate your messages.
Now I got somebody going, don't be picking on us Yankees. Let me get this right, Yankee boy.
Yankee
Yeah,
boy.
Chris.
Let's get this right, Yankee boy. You can't.
That's how the fight started.
Well, what? That's how the fight started. So let's get this right, Yankee Doodle Dandy. You came down here and you bought a Harley. You made it okay.
There you go.
I'm just saying, because I'm gonna go ahead and emphasize on this. All you PC assholes, don't forget that I'm 20 years construction and 25 years biker, and I'm still not going to put up with your shit. Sorry. I still have 5 minutes to say what I want to say.
There you go.
I can try to be as nice as possible until you cross that line and try to call me a bigot when you're actually the biggest racist I know. There you go.
Okay, so
how y'all doing?
Hey,
how about them trees?
After we go to break,
somebody wanted to cause war with me. You got it. What?
Okay.
Hey, when we come back from break, whenever we go,
hold on. So you're saying that little Richard, when his nose to nose, his toes. Oh, I don't know if I can say this anymore. So you're saying little Richard, when his nose to nose, his toes are in it, and when his toes to toes, his nose is in it.
Oh.
And
I know exactly where they're going.
You know where that's going without me trying to say it and read it to clarify in any more directions.
Yeah.
I'm lost.
Okay, Alex, let's just have this argument. So y'all are immigrants, right? Yes, we do understand that. But I also understand we're in 2015 and these folks are trying to kill us.
And have even said they wanted to kill us.
When the Mayflower landed, they tried to kill my people too. So for the person that wants to call me a bigot, if I remember correctly, my ancestors were slaughtered worse than yours. I mean, come on, think about it. Think about it. I didn't try to make a big deal to discuss my heritage. If anybody ever notices on my left arm that I've got the tattoo with the war wrap and the feathers, and what people don't know is my heritage, because I really don't discuss it, because when you do, you create animosity towards people that want to have their arguments. Flying Brian, he discussed his, and that's fine. Everybody can. But I know there's Irish in my family. I know there's German in my family, and I also know Cherokee Indian. If you live in Georgia, you have some part of Cherokee Indian in you, because that's just what was around here.
If you're originally from Georgia.
I'm from Mississippi. Does that put anything in my blood?
I mean, my family owned and ran a mountain back in those days. I mean, come on, people. But we're supposed to be in 2015. And when are we going to start acting that way?
Right.
Yep.
Alex,
do you really want me to read that?
Why you didn't read the rest?
Yes, I didn't read the second part.
What happened to
Go ahead. From Alex, the filthy spawn of Polacks and Patties. So does anybody know? Let's just so we can just go ahead and pick on everybody. Did anybody notice that the fight before Ronda Rousey, the girl that won was a Polack? She beat the hell out of that girl, and she was a Polack. Any Polacks want to call in and complain? Feel free. The number should be where you can find it. And that's the other thing. Everybody wants to call me a bigot and talk shit. None of y'all are calling the phone number. You know the phone number. You've called it before. Call it. So,
did you actually read what you sent me?
I said, shut the heater and close the door.
But that's not what it came through.
I could care less what the iPhone said. I know what I typed to you, and I knew you would get it because you're sitting right next to the heater and right next to the door. That typically when you sit in that chair, you're supposed to change those two things. You're responsible. When you walk past the heater and an open bathroom door, when you go to that chair, you're responsible for turning the heater off and shutting the door. So what did the iPhone send you?
It said, please turn that jokester off and shut the door.
I think that said exactly what I meant.
She still did what you wanted her to, so she understood.
You still got what I said.
She read in Scotty.
Bullets would have took care of both of those.
I got my friends from Michigan were Polacks, and they had a Polish dictionary on their coffee table.
I have a redneck.
Man, I am lit up with text messages. I had to get out of Messenger and go back to text message. My wife says, good morning. I love you.
We love you
too, Crystal.
La, 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 la. We're not motorboating.
My wife, it was so funny last night because she basically said to somebody on the phone, I'm not going to keep making apologies for my husband. He is an entertainer. It's a radio show. And if people aren't smart enough to figure that out, then F them.
Well, besides
There's
all that,
2 million people.
It's a radio show. Here's the thing that irritates me, and I had this conversation with Doc. I said, how can people go sit at a comedy show the other night and hear the woman on the comedy show drop the N-word 50 times at a comedy show where most of the people sitting in the audience was white? Most of them voted for a different team, and I even felt uncomfortable. But how is it that you can sit there and hear a comedian say and do all the things they're doing on stage, and then people try to get so butthurt when we're doing a show making jokes? How is that? A show is a show is a show is a show.
Is a show.
I mean, do you get offended because the stripper is stripping on stage? Because I'm sure you shoved that dollar bill in her G-string because she's got to make a living to pay for her kids' milk, just like the person who drives to work every day with a suit and tie on to be a secretary or be a receptionist, whatever word you want to call them, a slave to the system. So there you go.
Well, I'm gonna let y'all run. I gotta go do listen to the show and play on my Facebook in my happy place. So
yes, sir. You play with that, and
go play with Mr. Happy.
And one listener says I'm Polish, and he's not screaming and crying.
It's a show.
There you go, Joe.
OMG.
We're 8:02. We're going to go to commercial.
I have a question for you when we get back.
Okay.
It's changing the subject, but
okay.
I have a question. Everybody stay tuned.
Denise has a question. No telling where it'll go.
And then I want to talk to Denise about being Denise. So we'll be right back.
What did I do?
Later.
Bye, little Richard.
Bye.
Are we?
I didn't say bye, little Richard. Sorry.
These headphones hurt my ears.
What'd you do?
Oh, Vern's at
Slide back up where you normally sit.
Oh.
Vern.
Slide back up where you normally sit.
And I go like this way.
I know. As soon as I tell you to slide back up where you normally sit, I'm trying to get the camera directed. In your case, you would normally think that word says directed, but I said directed.
Oh, that made me dizzy.
What made you dizzy?
I was holding my breath, making a funny face.
Well,
and that made you dizzy?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Shut up.
Shut up. There's a lot of things that make Denise dinky.
I'm gonna go take a piss.
No.
Come on, Bella.
Cause I'm happy if you feel.
I'm suffering from the same problem you are. I have 3 of these shirts, and I wanted to wear another American flag shirt, but yet I didn't have another American flag shirt clean. So I'm like, I'll just have to wear what looks like I wore yesterday's shirt. Joe Leeper kind of questioned that one day. He's like, how many of those do you have? I'm like 5.
Yeah, it's funny because I've got I wore this one. This is the one from this year.
Yeah.
That's the one for.
I think I've got those, but I don't know where they are.
Yeah, Crystal got them because me and Crystal walked over and got them at the same time.
Yeah.
And then I have the green one. What was the green one? I think the green one was a Ride for America too. Oh, sheesh.
One, two. Just dang. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh yeah, everybody. The sound's gonna sound like crap for a second. Hang on. For some reason, the sound's acting all jacked up again, and it just keeps changing itself. And Windows did an update. I swear, if I can get my butt in gear to change over to the Mac, I've learned that the Mac doesn't adjust stuff like that.
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to you, and I'm talking to the video because there's this thing in the background running that people are still paying attention to as you scratch your butt, pick your nose, and fart. And we're back on live radio. Stephanie.
Not just live camera.
When Stephanie... she is the Oompa Loompa Ellie Mae to our show. She's sitting. Anybody that was not watching video needs to watch the video because I'm laughing at this exact moment. Stephanie is questioning something ridiculously stupid, and the clock's moved again, and I don't know why the clock's moved, but so Stephanie's like, are you talking to me? No, Stephanie.
He was just talking to me in the bathroom like he was yesterday.
We have this thing called video that's running, and there's still people, that are kind of watching it. So I was kind of addressing them, but at the same time, I was speaking to you.
Sorry, I was reading something and then I got a text message from my daughter's teacher, so I was responding to her.
Here's the thing I just got to ask you. I'm trying to find a delicate way to ask this and redneck it down for you to be understanding. If I'm sitting in the room and I'm the only person in the room and I start speaking, I have to say, I'm talking to myself. But if I'm sitting in a room and you're like 5 feet from me and I'm speaking, I would have to make an assumption that I'm probably speaking to you or possibly speaking to myself, but most likely I'm speaking to you. And or if there's live video feed, is it possible that he's speaking into the microphone because the people are still there watching and we're supposed to be running a show and you drifted off to La La Land? Quit chasing Tinkerbell. Peter Pan's not coming. Get back to reality.
Scotty, that's just mean.
Oh, my God.
You're so insensitive.
I can't believe you're going to go there. Is it too soon? Oh my gosh.
No, it's too early.
I don't know. I can't make everybody happy, and I'm not gonna continue trying, because while you're trying to keep 5 people happy,
you piss off 13 more.
Yeah, you aggravate 15 other people,
and you lose yourself.
So
ding.
I'm just saying.
Bell.
Message.
Thank you.
No, I was looking up. I had saved a thing. It's the music history calendar, and I was looking at it, and on this date in 1994, the Rolling Stones became the first rock act to stream a live concert on the internet, webcasting a portion of a show from Dallas, Texas.
Yes, and that was cool. That was a really big to do.
Did you watch that?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I did either.
Because in 94, internet wasn't like what you think it is.
No, that was dial up.
Yeah.
In 94.
You had to wait.
Well, and not every single person had a PC computer in their house. Like, I don't think I got, like, my parents had, like, my dad had the Commodore back when all that was popular. You know, I'm talking, God, man, that's probably like 14 or 15 or whenever the Commodore came out, and then a Commodore 64 came out.
What's a Commodore?
And then this thing called the Commodore Colt came out. And then when my father bought his first PC, he gave me, I mean, the first time he bought like a bigger, nice, jacked up, you know, souped up computer, like buying a hot rod, they gave me the Colt. And I think it was like 99 when I first had my own computer and on the internet in my own home. Like, I remember in 97, this girl I dated's parents had a computer, and, you know, we would surf the net. So, but I mean, not every single person, and God knows not everybody had phones, you know, cell phones back then either.
Or if you did, it was those big flip phones.
Well, the first flip phone I had was in
the bag phones,
94 or 95, and the phone, which is so funny, it was as big as my Plus, my i6,
but like that thick.
But it was it was almost as thick as it is wide, and it had a little flip that hung up, you know, came over, and it's called a Fujitsu.
Really?
And it was 99 cents a minute.
Wow.
And my ex-wife was pregnant with Emmy at the time, and I was in Albany. At the time, AT&T would charge you a roam fee for being in Albany. It was $1.99 a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my phone plan back then was like $50 a month and then 99 cents a minute. So you had to pay for the plan and then 99 cents a minute.
Then what the heck was the plan?
That was just to have the phone, man.
Yeah, it was just to have the phones. Because I had one that was similar to that, but it was the Olympic 1996 one, the special edition that AT&T came out with, you know. And yeah, they were expensive, and that's why we only used it in case of a dire emergency.
In case of diarrhea emergency?
That's what I'm about to say, a diarrhea emergency.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to have a Denise moment for a second. What's a Commodore?
It's the name of a company.
Oh, okay. What?
It's a computer.
I mean, I figured that much.
Okay. Let me ask you this. We're going to make you feel young and the rest of us feel old. When you were a child,
what did you play with?
What was the gaming system that you would play on television?
Nintendo.
Which one?
The one just
the one you had to blow on?
Yeah, the one you had to blow on the
So the that was the Nintendo 64?
No, that was
Nintendo.
What
it was
that?
the original
the NES,
Nintendo.
the Nintendo Entertainment
So
System
it was just
whatever.
so it was just the first Nintendo that ever came out. Okay. See, like I remember when we had Pong.
Yep, Atari.
No, I mean before Atari, it was just Pong. It was just a crappy box that had wires that didn't plug in. They were just wires that were on the box. And it was just Pong. I'm talking like 76.
You just hook up the
76
controller to the TV, right?
Well, do you remember? Okay, again, because your age, back in our days, because this is now going to change the conversation, but I was 3rd grade when HBO came out.
Really?
And when that came out, it was all, man, my phone's getting lit up.
Yeah.
We had twist knob televisions, not digital stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you could only get certain.
So HBO was channel 6. And do you know how you know what a coax cable is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's what everybody calls their cable TV wire. Coax cable, there wasn't a hookup on the back of a television for coax cable. So there was these screws that you connected your antennas to. So there would be a box or a little bullet, if you will, that had 2 wires that screwed under the screw for the antenna. And what happens is that the HBO would come in on a certain frequency that when you flipped your television to 6 on the twist knob, that's how you got HBO. And I remember
work.
Yeah. Well, and back then you're on those televisions, if you wanted Pong, you had to put your TV on 3. Because we had back then, we had 2, 5, 8, 11,
17.
Then there was you.
Yeah.
Huh?
Because there's VHF, and UHF. So your top was VHF. So then you would take the top knob to U, and then go down to this other knob that had numbers that went from 0 to like 100. And then you would have 17. There was a 14, but it was crappy. It's like an Albany channel. So there was 17, 14, 17, 30, 36, 46. and 46. Eventually, they came up with this really cool channel that was 69 that was a crappy signal, and it showed just the stupidest crap ever. And now that's called the CW channel, which everybody watches all these funny shows on.
Yep, that's crazy.
That was original.
Times have changed.
Yes.
Yeah,
I remember when Atari was known to be the baddest of the baddest, and then Atari started getting beat out by something called an Intellivision. And then Intellivision started getting beat out by ColecoVision. And then about the time all that started getting beat out, Atari had to step it up a little bit. And then you start going to like a 10-year gap almost, probably not quite 10 years. And then all of a sudden that Nintendo that you're talking about came out, and it revolutionized the world. People have no idea that Nintendo changed gaming systems forever. Mario Brothers changed the world. I can't tell you how many. When Atari introduced Pac-Man, that changed the world. When Mario Brothers and Nintendo came out, that changed the world. People can say whatever they want. That friggin' Excitebike that was on Nintendo that we couldn't stand. We couldn't stop playing though. And Pitfall.
Yeah.
Alex said, y'all are so darn young. A Sinclair Spectrum was my first PC, and the Atari prior to that. And then Jacob said, before we had a 13-inch black and white TV that we ran off car battery. Homesteading days, talking about 1982, 83. And we also have a new viewer this morning, Jennifer Ratliff. So hello, Jennifer.
Hello, Jennifer.
Welcome.
And this does go back because I do remember in the 3rd grade, I had a computer class, and Joe Leeper brought up the Apple IIgs computer.
With the floppies.
So I do remember that because they were teaching us how to write code, which back then it wasn't called code. And I made one that was a Knight Rider one. Because what you do is you'd have to know ROM and command and all this other stuff. And I've got the floppy disk. It's like the 5-inch floppy disk to where I had the little thing like the front of kit car that woo, 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 woo. But see, back then it was one green screen and one lighter green would be the letters or anything that moved. There was not multicolor screens. And the Apple II is what I played on from the time I was 3rd grade to the time I was 8th grade. And then by the time I made it to the library in 8th grade is the first IBM computer I actually got to see.
Wow.
And here's Joe Leeper. The first computer was 33 megahertz with a 450 band modem, dial up into the board's trying to download pics. Yes, that would be driving you crazy.
Little Richard said my Commodore 64 used cards to load the games to play. My first computer was a Tandy 1000 with an 8-inch floppy disk drive.
The Tandy 1000's from Radio Shack. Because where Intellivision was one company, I had Tandyvision, which was still radio. It was still Intellivision, just through their brand name. So it changed it. How about the Nintendo 64? You ready for this? Not only did it take a 5-inch floppy disk, but back when it first was starting, it had a cassette, like an old car cassette. It had a cassette player that transferred music too.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
This is like a day in history, isn't it?
And God, do you feel old?
How about this?
He's not answering.
Alex, we had a black and white TV with no remote control. I was the remote control, by the way. I got told to go change channel all the time.
The kids did.
Yep.
With a
yes, and he just said the same thing. He was the remote control. I was the remote control.
Do you remember having to go to Blockbuster and Be Kind and Rewind?
Oh God, yeah. I used to get fined for that all the time.
I used to work at Blockbuster, and it was a pain in the butt to have to rewind all those movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had it was.
But they had a rewind machine.
Let me tell you,
put it in there.
That's why we charged you.
Again, we were always the guys pranking people. So we had a place called View and Shoe that was
View and Shoe. No, I'm asking.
View and Shoe. So they rented tapes, but then they sold like all the snacks you could possibly want to buy to watch a movie. They were trying to be competitive with Blockbuster. And we knew the characters that owned it. And Jeff Mathias may remember this place, but it was at Harrison and Rockbridge Road. And it was in the Ingalls Shopping Center. Again, we were Jackass before there was the TV show Jackass. So we would rent movies, watch the movies, accidentally put the wrong movie into the box and then accidentally drop it off in the night drop so that we would accidentally get a phone call around 11 o'clock going, Scott, I think you put the wrong cassette in the box. And I'm like, really? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Debbie Does Dallas was not one of our rentals.
My gosh. Scotty.
You know? I don't remember Ron Jeremy starring in this movie that you rented from me.
How did they know Ron Jeremy's in it?
That was the funny stuff. That's why we'd always mess with him. And we would, you rent movies on Friday. Yeah. Every Friday, Thursday, because you get them for 3 days.
Yep.
So we'd either go late Thursday night or early Friday.
So you could get all the good ones. So we could get the good
movies.
Yeah.
So by mid-morning of Monday, we would be getting phone calls from this dude named Ronnie, like, Scott, you did it again. My mom saw it. Just for fun.
Good morning again. Yeah, when I lived in Jonesboro, we were one of the first few on the street to get the first ever style of Lametco cable boxes, the descrambler boxes. The descrambler box that we got was actually, and the fun part about it is I was all into electronics back then. So I was always trying to find ways to do things. Well, one day I'm slowly changing through the channels, and it's an old dial channel changer on the box.
Yeah, it's like click, click, click.
Exactly.
Click.
Well, as you're scrolling through them, if it's not coded to descramble the movie channel or the Playboy channel or whatever,
yes,
it's not. It'll come back, and you're looking at the wavy green lines in the picture. Well, one day as I'm scrolling through it, and I get real lazy, and I hit it in between two channels, and I realized, oh, it descrambled it.
Yes.
So I went and got. You remember the old culotte boots? The people call them chugga boots.
Yes.
The whole tongue was leather. I cut the whole tongue out of a set of chugga boots and folded it in half and put it behind that so that I could wedge it in between the channels after 8 p.m. and watch the Playboy channel.
Oh my God.
Just a really, really interesting thing about cable boxes. All of them got a hack. You know how that is. So,
right.
Pretty interesting.
So Jacob said his mom had a bench warrant for not returning Natural Born Killers on VHS.
Wow.
Could they really
Somebody
do that?
wasn't playing.
Oh, Lord.
That's crazy.
I guess people really wanted the movie. It was a high demand movie.
Oh, God, yeah.
Lord mercy.
Hey.
Nowadays, they trust you. They trust you with Redbox.
Yeah. Yeah, because nowadays there's no money in what they've done. You know what I mean? They just got burners burning all of them. Alex says my dad owned a video rental store as a side business. He says no one ever rewound the tapes.
Yeah, it sucked working.
We did so many pranks that the guy at View and Chew almost was ready to kill us. Like, we took the cassette apart one time and swapped the movie inside the cassette and put the cassette back together, because every time they would have to rewind the movie, they also had to push play to make sure that it played.
Yeah.
So they would rewind the whole movie, then hit play, make sure it would play before they'd rent it back out. We would be standing there laughing because they would start the movie in front of the whole store and then realize that's not the movie.
Right.
So, all right, little Richard, let me get out of here.
Rock on.
Thank you, sir. All right, y'all, I got to say bye to my granddaughter.
She's so flipping cute.
Yes.
Say hi, Zay.
Say hey. Say something.
Say hi.
Say, uh-oh.
I'm going to get you.
I'm going to tickle you.
I'm going to get you.
Anyways, let me say bye to my
Say
kid.
bye-bye.
And we'll go to a commercial and we'll be right back, everybody. It's just for friggin' fun in the morning. Sorry for anybody that gets offended. We don't set out purposely to do it. Oh, what the hell? Sure we do. Who am I kidding? We did it on purpose.
But we do it just for fun.
Yes.
Oops.
You just smacked her in the head.
There's nothing I can do about it. I think she just made a nugget.
Oh, now she says bye.
Now you want to say bye? You beautiful. Huh?
I gotta go
Let
potty.
me kiss.
She just stared at me.
She don't like my scruffles.
You kiss Daily.
She pulled.
Because every time I lean in to kiss her,
Why are you looking at him like that?
this is down the side of her cheek, and then she rubs her cheek.
Yeah.
Hey, can I have a kiss?
David's is getting so long that it's soft now.
I love you. I love you, Mom Pump Pump.
Where's Daisy?
That's Belwa.
Aww.
That's your friend Belwa. You want to say something?
Open the microphone. Speak into the microphone.
Oh, she knows now. All right, I love you. Have a good day.
Can I kiss this?
What time
You gonna give me
today
hugs?
you get off? Oh, okay. You know, it's Tuesday, so I have to. Is
Can
it
you give me
Tuesday?
hugs?
Yeah, I have to ask these questions. Come be.
I don't have scruffles on my face. I don't have no scruffles on my face. Right?
Oh, I'll get a kiss from you later.
Come here.
Just like, I don't
No, I was trying to see where I was. Don't even be like that.
No.
Yeah, whatever. You get a kiss every time. How many kisses did you get last night? She yells. Oh, so because we were messing with her, they didn't count? Is that what you just said to me? Well, if you're messing with her, it doesn't count as a real kiss.
Oh. Did she wipe her face? Please,
Thank you.
Bell. Bell.
I'm sorry you had that thing.
Bye.
Was it about the Muslims or was it just bad drinks in general? All right, I love you, baby.
Bell. Come on.
Go puck. I love you. Be careful.
Yeah, it's wet in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna take back all the blue ones. That just blows my mind.
That's crazy.
Yep.
So just the blue ones are doing
Just the
that?
blue ones, and they're ripping. It's just the oddest thing ever. Why are the blue ones ripping? But both of them did it. So I'll take them back.
Because you'll have had them a week tomorrow.
Yeah,
you bought them last Thursday.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. That's crazy. Now, Ashley's going on a shopping trip to Walmart.
Oh.
And the teacher was asking me what the money was, what was she needing to buy? And I said, the money is for her to buy whatever she wants. Because she wanted to know if it was to buy Christmas presents. I said, nope, it's to buy Ashley presents.
Are these all off of your picture, the picture you put on?
What are you talking about? Oh no, this is off of that post I did right here. I hadn't even made it to the picture yet. Oh, I don't know. Let me see. Freaking no.
Oh, okay.
Anybody got anything? Go for it. And we're back.
So, Scotty, I have a question for you.
Denise, I may have an answer for you.
Okay, so David and I were talking about motorcycles last night, and we're talking about, well, we know somebody that might give us a good deal on a Superman bike. I was like, we don't have a Jeep to trade them.
Yeah, no, nobody has a Superman bike but me.
No, I was just messing. But anyway, so we were talking
I do have a Road King and a Softail that you might could get a really good deal on, but yeah, again, you don't have a Jeep.
Okay, so anyway,
I would sell you this. I would sell you the Softail. Hell, I'd sell you either one of them if you had the money. Don't get me wrong.
Can I make payments?
No.
Okay, no.
Girl, you don't even pay me a whole lot of attention. Much less would you pay me in cash.
Duh, Scotty. But my question was, out of all of the bike weeks you've been to, what was your favorite bike week? Like where and what made it so fun?
They each hold a special place in my heart. No, bike weeks like women.
Shoot.
Every one of them's got something hot about them.
Okay, so
I mean, like one of my trips to PC, I was still single, and being DJ Scotty, and at the time, you know, I was the biker DJ, and I mean, literally, it was almost like having a calendar, a schedule written out. Like I would go to the north side, hang out with, you know, Gwinnett people, and then I'd travel back down to one of the places some events were happening. I'm hanging out with the Conyers Covington people, and then I was hanging out at another place with the McDonough people, and then I was hanging out with these other people that's from South Georgia. And I mean, I just was rolling from one big event to another big event and had a blast. You know, had a blast.
Have you been to like Daytona's?
Yeah, been to Daytona. Daytona was fun, but once it got packed, man. The cool thing about being at the Daytona Bike Week is we're riding, and it's me and my brother, a couple friends, and I'm pointing up above my brother, pointing to the bikes in front. So we pull up to a red light, and I pull up next to my brother. I'm like, dude, look at the dude in front of you. Like, who is he? Like, he looks so familiar. And we couldn't place who he was, and we're traveling, and he's riding, you know, right in the lane next to us at some points because, you know, you're moving around on bikes. It's Bike Week.
Right.
So we get to Main Street. We're all sitting behind this group of bikes fixing to turn left. And then I'm finally like, screw this, dude. I'm not sitting here. Let's just go up, turn around, and come back. So as we started to pass the dude, as close as me and Stephanie, because traffic's only moving like 2-3 miles an hour, I look at the guy and I said, son of a... I knew who you were. It was Joey Lawrence.
Really?
Yeah.
Sweet.
It was cool. It was just cool. And then Perry Saturn, we rode with Perry Saturn.
Who's that?
He was a big wrestler, WCW. You don't remember Perry Saturn?
No.
He was covered with tattoos.
You're a redneck. You should remember
That's
him.
back before that was a big deal. He was part of Raven's flock.
Oh.
Had the one kind of cross eye, and he had all the tats that went across the stomach. That was back when that wasn't that popular.
What about
we saw Jesse James before OCC got big. Like, we were standing in the shop where all their motorcycles were just sitting on the street. I took pictures of the Air Force bike. This is before they were ever on television. Right. I took pictures of the Air Force bike. People say, oh, but that was filmed for television. Yes, but it wasn't on television at that point. We were standing next to the Gremlin bike, the Air Force bike, the Spider-Man bike, and then we were sitting on Main Street at a bar and watched the Spider-Man bike ride by.
Cool.
And Wyclef Jean was riding it.
Really?
You know who he is?
Yes.
Okay. So he's from the Fugees, for anybody that doesn't know. So here we are sitting on the strip, and then here's Wyclef sitting at a red light. I mean, it was kind of cool because at Bike Week, it doesn't matter how famous you are, you're just a person when you're riding in the street traffic.
Right.
And most of the time, you don't even recognize who they are.
Right.
I mean, you're just looking
and most
over.
of the time, they don't want to be recognized.
Right. And you're not wearing helmets or anything. You just don't recognize them. You know, they're just riding. Mm-hmm. We were riding, God knows, next to a crap load of famous people, and you don't even know because you're just riding. And what people look like on TV and what they look like in person are different. People can argue that all day long. People can say that's stupid. I can't tell you how many places I've been and people not know who I am, and I'll laugh or say something, and then it dawns on them.
Yeah.
Like I walked past this girl named Tiffany one time at Walmart. And it's right when my eyes were really starting to get worse, and I had to start wearing those yellow glasses. She was so used to always see me at events with my Oakley zone that I walked past her at a Walmart. I mean, within 3-4 feet of each other, we passed each other going down an aisle. I said hello to her. She got about 8 more steps and turned around and said, oh, my God, I didn't even realize that was you. But, you know, and I've been at events before where there's this big barbecue type thing going on at this big event, and it was at there was a big hill involved. I'm on top of the hill at a pavilion where all the parking is, and then down this long dirt hill, you know, was the other people at the picnic tables. I kept seeing these 3 different girls at a table of like 10 people point at me. So this girl comes walking up. I had just pulled my sunglasses up on top of my head, and I was trying to fix something. She walks up and says, hey, you know where DJ Scotty went? And I went, I think he just walked over there behind the building to pee. She goes, oh, well, all my friends just said he was standing right here, and I got him on my Facebook, and I wanted to be able to say hey to him. I said, well, if you hang on a few minutes, he'll probably be back. You know, he just went to pee. She's like, oh, okay. A few minutes later, she says, well, look, I'm going to go back down there. I'll check again in a few minutes. She goes back down there.
Scotty.
I sit back down. I start doing my thing. I see all them pointing again. She comes walking up the hill again. Hey, they just pointed and said he was standing up here. Where'd he go now? I said, I think he just walked over there to get some more barbecue.
Scotty.
I start giggling, and she starts to walk off, and she goes, hold up. She walks up and took my sunglasses off my forehead and put them down on my nose and looked at me and says, that ain't funny. I went, I am laughing my butt off. She says, I am so used to seeing all the pictures of you with sunglasses on, and I'm so used to seeing you at events with sunglasses on. It never dawned on me. I went, sorry, but I had to. I mean, but you don't realize that. I mean, I have been like Left Eye Lopez back before she got killed. we were hanging ceiling fans in her house and didn't realize it was her until something she said. And then it dawned on us whose house we were in. Britt Butler, you remember him?
Sounds
Atlanta Braves, had the throat cancer.
Yes.
You see him on television, or used to. You've seen him on television. But you always saw him in a Braves outfit. You always saw him clean shaved. You always seen him as the Braves player. So one day I'm at this guy's house who is one of the Patriots football player. I'm at his house. He, of course, is up there, New England Patriots. He's up there training camp or whatever. Me and these cats are working on these wall lights that are being added in the backyard of this big mansion that's his. And our big retaining wall had just been put in for his kids to have a flat backyard with a playground, so it didn't have a big sloping in the backyard, right? So we're down there wiring all these lights, and I keep seeing this weirdo, like, gardener dude looking over these rose bushes, and he would wave, we'd wave back, and this went on for like 2 weeks, and I'm like, this weird cat just keeps staring at us every day. So when we finally got to the light that's near his bush or whatever, you know, I basically started to say hello to him, and he couldn't speak very good. And I didn't know who he was. Come to find out, it was Britt Butler. It was one of the Braves players. And he just had throat surgery. And he was out
he was being friendly.
He was just out trimming his backyard, and then he'd hear us laughing and cussing and carrying on and pulling wire and all that. He was just being curious because he was bored. He'd been home for God knows how long, and chemo and stuff like that. I mean, just things like that. Like, I worked at this one big pool where we had to go work on these pool motors, and it was similar to like a country club of the South kind of place. And we're listening on the radio. And at this moment is about the time that Chipper Jones was starting to actually be a Braves player. He wasn't just a temporary kind of guy. He had just come from AAA into them or whatever. He was more of the pitch hitter, play occasionally. So we're listening to this on the radio as we're working on this pool. And then we're laughing about how many of these really cool houses look down on the pool. And I'm like, man, if I had all the money to live here, I wouldn't want a house that just looks down on top of the clubhouse. I mean, that's kind of weird. And we started noting this dude waving all the time, and come to find out it was one of the Braves pitchers. So it's like funny that we're laughing and making comments about Chipper Jones, and this guy, because of the way everything was echoing, he heard us. So he's waving down. And it was Greg Maddux that was the shorter, black-haired, always clean-shaved? Yeah. So it was Greg Maddux that was waving at us.
Wow.
And we just thought it was just the funniest thing ever. And this was just one of his homes that was a little closer to Atlanta, so he would stay there. I mean, it's kind of cool. You know? But you don't realize these people are who they are because they're just everyday average citizens.
Well, and when I worked at the airport, we would it was late one night when one of the flights was getting in, and Andrew Jones walked off the plane and tried to say hey to him, and he was an a-hole.
Oh yeah.
But he had just came back from arbitration hearings and was like denied or whatever.
Right.
So he was pissed.
I'll tell you the funniest thing that's ever happened to me is when I was thin, you know, when I was a normal everyday working construction worker, and I was thin back, you know, probably 91, 92, I would grow a beard out. Well, my beard always came in red. So I'm standing in the IBM tower, in the lobby. Well, as an electrician holding a bag of tools, you're never supposed to be in the lobby. I mean, what people don't know is the IBM tower has a parking lot and a parking deck across the street from the tower. And there's a tunnel that goes from the parking deck under Spring and into the tower. You're never.
So you're not seen.
You as a construction worker are never to be seen in the IBM tower. We have service elevators. The only time we're to be seen is whatever we got to work on. Well, that particular day, I had to work on something in the lobby-ish area. So I had to deal with security, who then was going to walk me through this door that you can only get to from the lobby. So I'm standing at this big desk, kind of as long as this one is, that one's that wide with like 6 different security people. So I'm standing there. I got on my gray shirt that says, CIC Electric. I've got maybe like a hoodie or a jacket on or whatever. I got a ball hat on, my beard. This woman walks up to me and says, "Well, what are you doing here?" And I went, I'm working. Well, why would you be working here? And I'm like, I got a service call. I mean, it was really so vague. I didn't know what she was asking me. She thought I was Smalls.
Really?
And I never saw it, thought about it or nothing. So after that, I started asking people, and people would look at me and go, now that you say that, because my face was thin, I had the red beard, the way I wore my hat. And it was just funny because after that got mentioned, other people started going, man, I never thought about it. And then oddly as that sounds, that started happening more and more and more. But it was just kind of funny that it's just kind of funny.
David said it's because Maddox always lived in Vegas and his family was in Vegas. So that's weird yeah. But anyway, so back to what we were talking about. You haven't been to any Sturgis stuff.
No. That's like motorcycle heaven. Like everybody wants to get there. The problem is if you want to ride it on a bike, you're going to have to sacrifice, weeks. At least a week and a half to 2 weeks, because nobody wants to ride up there and have to vacation and then ride directly back. Because usually if you plan it as such a great trip.
Yeah.
But you're 7, 8, 9 days easy.
My mom used to live, it's like a really, really
But who can afford to do it too, by the way?
Right.
That's the other part.
Right. It's a really, really small town in Wyoming. It's Lusk, Wyoming, Lusk, not Lust.
I didn't say nothing. That just goes to prove how you think.
No, because I would say it all the time and people would be like, did you just say Lusk? But no, it was Lusk, Wyoming, but it was a stop on the way to Sturgis. So, I mean, this town maybe had 100 people in it.
That's funny.
And so it would get crazy ridiculous during Sturgis because they drove through there and it would be a stop for them to go grab something to eat, fuel up their bikes, whatever, because it was in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
So, but yeah, I think that would be awesome to go to one of those. I think my mom went to one and that's where she got one of her tattoos.
And I say I would like to go. Again, the problem is for Sturgis, you have to either be the people that can afford to take that amount of time, because that's why a lot of us just kind of call it motorcycle heaven, because you have to be willing and able to do it. And a lot of people can't. They just don't have the time or the effort / money to be able to just disappear like that. That's why Daytona has turned out to be as big as it is, because people in Texas can make their way to Daytona, but they don't want to make their way to Sturgis.
Right.
Well, Sturgis always seems to be like really, really crowded.
Right. Well, that, and if you're towing a trailer with 5 or 6 motorcycles, it's easier to go East Coast than it is to try to travel north.
Well, but in Full Throttle was a huge stop during Sturgis.
Yeah.
Right? So I mean,
you're still gonna have people going to Sturgis.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because there was another place across the street from Full Throttle where they would have concerts and stuff.
Yeah, they tried to. It's sad because they tried to milk Full Throttle to get the attention.
Yeah.
But when Full Throttle hit maximum capacity, they had to go somewhere.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
If Ballard, I don't want to say the word smart, but if Michael Ballard would have thought about it, he would have opened that up himself.
Yeah.
So that it would have been a pain in the butt. But think about it. I mean, any of your own overflow, you still would have caught.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
And now it's burnt down to the ground.
But insurance, man. That dude had insurance. Because, I mean, come on, he paid for insurance for a rainy day.
Mm-hmm.
If it rained, he made money. So you don't think for a second he didn't have insurance? Oh, man, they'll rebuild that place to be.
It'll probably be better.
It'd probably hold more people. It'd probably be more updated to today's standards or whatever. I don't I'm not going to say I feel sorry for him because I don't wish that on anybody, but I think he will be just fine in the long run as long as he can get reopened by the time Sturgis occurs again. That would be his downfall if he's not open by the time that Sturgis takes place.
Yeah.
So any other stuff as we just going down the list of oddities, if you will?
Well, you said you had something to ask her about when we came back from break.
I have no idea now.
You forgot?
Oh. So I heard that you had a Steffi moment.
Uh-oh.
Because this is like the first time to really have you and Steph together at the same time.
Steffi moment.
You know, I used to joke with Steph about being Walmart famous because Steph had been places and people would brag and just spit out, "Oh, I love Just Fun Radio. And that damn old redneck, I can't quit laughing." And she goes, "That's me. That's me." Okay, hold on. Phone call, but we got to come back to this. Just Fun Radio, I can help you.
Happy hump day.
How you doing, man? What you doing? Oh, come on.
I'm okay.
What's happening with you?
Not much. I heard you say something about oddities, so I figured I'd call in.
Oh my God!
Touchdown. Oddities. Yes, let's hear it.
There just was a.
There was an alien.
Well, that was it. That was me calling in.
Okay. Well, what you got?
Besides crap.
No. What was that?
Mm-hmm.
I know that did not come out of your mouth. Everything else does, but.
Yeah, thank you. You heard that too?
Yes, I did. So how y'all doing this morning?
Talking about oddities.
Doing good.
Yeah, there was a 3-eyed monkey sitting here earlier, but we straightened up.
Oh, that stinks.
We straightened up Denise and Stephanie's glasses and then found out it was really 2 people.
And yes, I do remember the View and Chew.
Isn't that funny to bring that up after so many years ago?
Oh my God, decades.
Can you still? Okay, good. You can hear me through my jacket.
You don't sound a whole lot more different. I mean, you know, everybody already says you sound like the nasally smoker already.
Shut up.
You sound like that waitress at like Mel's Diner that would be like trying to smoke a Marlboro and take your order.
Slow.
You know. What did you say? Did you want grits?
When pigs fly.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me just flip the ashes on this and you'll think it's pepper. Okay.
Kind of like Peg Bundy and the opening of Married with Children. She's making the salad, dropping the cigarette ashes in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I am just finally getting the call in, and I am kind of butthurt because I am part Polish, part German, and Lithuanian.
Well, I'm sorry that you are a Nazi Polak. I am so sorry. Golly. I mean, I would hate for somebody to get offended and send me some hate mail. Again, send that to .com. Spell that correctly so we get your emails.
Is that like a BP, TTP,
Well, I tried Googling it, and it gave me like 32 different spellings on it, so I wasn't sure which one it was.
Right. All mail needs to go to hakalataloogie.com.
Hakalataloogie?
Let's really make it that. Oh, Lord.
But I just wanted to call in and tell y'all morning.
Well, morning! Would.
I'm a little slow this morning, aren't y'all?
I said it.
Anyway, y'all have a great day.
All right, man. Thanks for calling in.
Bye, Jeff.
Bye, Jeff.
Bye, girl.
See you
All right, later.
And Steph.
See you later. Man, this page is no longer there.
Look how, did you see Ronda Rousey's lip? She had to get a plastic surgeon to close it because it
That's not Ronda Rousey.
Are you sure?
Yes.
It looks like. No, it's not. But anyway, it reminded me.
No, I wanted to see this picture where they're making fun of the girl who beat Ronda Rousey's camel toe.
Oh, Lord.
Alrighty then.
Maybe she's on her period. Has a pad.
Oh my God. I just thought it would be funny to just point it out because, you know, you don't think about it. When they go to stand up to do their little poses, do they not consider all that sort of thing?
Probably not.
I mean, come on.
David showed a video last night of what's his name? The announcer, Joe Rogan. His reaction when Holly knocked her out, and Ollie looks like his mouth's hanging open and his eyes are huge like they always are because he's always so high. But oh my God, it was hilarious.
I'm telling you, when I went to see one of his comedy shows, and on the comedy show, that's not her, but on the comedy show, he was discussing when his golden retriever had found his stash of cocaine. And he was just like super explaining. Look at that. That is so funny to see. They don't think about that sort of stuff.
Oh, Lord.
So anyways, him talking about, my dog found my stash of cocaine. And he starts giving like full detail of how he came in the house and the dog's like friggin' going ballistic and ripping up everything in the house. And he's chasing his own tail. And I mean, it's just hilarious.
Awesome.
To hear about, man, he snatched all my cocaine and I mean, come on, man. Everybody forgets that Joe Rogan is a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. He is a comedian. I bet nobody gets butt hurt when he tells jokes. Send all your hate mail to smoke it in your pipe. .com.
Well, and a lot of people, because he's really buff too.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And a lot of people have asked him, why doesn't he try to go fight? And he was like, I wouldn't pass the drug test. Like, he'll flat out tell you, I won't pass the drug test. So, yeah, it's kind of funny.
But he used to do some kind of martial arts, like took martial arts or whatever.
Yeah. And I mean, I follow him on Instagram. And
I hate iPhone sometimes. I just tried to send Jacob a message. He's asking about a post, and I tried to type, where is this? And it said, where is hair? So then I tried to type this again, and it put those. And then the third time I typed this, it actually sent the word this. Where's hair? I don't know.
Are you sure? Where's those?
I'm just like,
sure
oh my
not
God.
The operator?
Used to, your phone would learn the way you type.
Yes.
And here lately with all the updates, my phone just kind of does what it wants to do sometimes. And I just get so aggravated.
I'm sorry.
Sorry for what?
That you're aggravated.
I mean, you being sorry has nothing to do with the spelling of my phone.
Scotty.
I'm just saying.
That made me a little butthurt.
Did I hurt your feelings?
My left one.
Your left one. Don't. Wait.
Your left butt?
Your left butt cheek? Okay. I was a little concerned. I wasn't really sure.
Don't worry, Dave.
Wasn't really sure where we were going with this.
Dave will make it better.
Oh my God. I don't need to hear about him rubbing it out.
Oh my God.
Alrighty then.
Well, when you get hurt in football, they go, walk it out, boy, walk it up. Go rub some dirt on it.
And make me feel better.
Okay.
So back to what you were talking about before the phone call.
Okay, so
Steph moment,
you had a Steph moment, I hear.
Where?
I heard that you were somewhere and something about just for fun was said, and you made the comment about you were on the show. And they say, oh, my God, you're Denise. Why are you not talking? Because is it true?
I'm trying to remember which time.
Oh, so let's hear about that. Because Stephanie used to have those moments.
I can't remember where I was. Where was I?
It doesn't matter where you were. You just said which time, which means it's happened more than once. So paint us a picture of what has happened any of the times, Denise. It doesn't have to be one. It could be any of the times. Give us a general scope of what happens when you get recognized as Denise. Come on, Denise. Come on.
Well, I don't remember because I'm Denise.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't even remember 5 minutes ago. No, I'm just kidding. No, I
should play like the Cheech and Chong music or something when you come on the show.
Up in smoke.
Okay.
Do we need to get your husband to call in to tell the story?
Sure.
Are you hi Denise or duh Denise when these people meet you?
I guess duh Denise because I don't do nothing to be hi Denise.
Drunk Denise.
Maybe. Might have just left gravity.
So you don't remember any of this occurring?
I can't remember where I was and what the situation was. That's why I'm like, duh.
So do you remember like any situations like that?
I mean,
where did your husband just pull this out of thin air? I mean, apparently he saw it, so that means it had to have happened.
He read it on the internet.
He did.
So it's got to be true. Yeah. Okay, Steph, how about you just cover one of your times that's happened, and then maybe Denise can catch up.
Well, the funniest time that it happened was when we were all up in Houston last year, and the lady came up to me and was like, "Oh, you're the redneck," and I was like, "Yeah." And then she looks over at Scotty and says, "Oh yeah, by the way, you are mean to her."
Happened. True story.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because people forget it's a show. They really forget sometimes. Here's the thing that I think confuses people. I think it confuses people. And this is just an assumption that I'm making. I think because these people have hung out with us and or they know us and we're accessible, where like, big mainstream corporate radio, the DJs are not accessible. You can't get them. You can't really meet them. You can't really hang out with them. You don't know them on any kind of a personal level.
Right.
This is an assumption I'm making now. I believe that because these people never get to physically meet them or know them or even chat with them. I mean, think about how many people used to call the FU line just to tell Steve, I effing hate you, because they never really got to meet them to say it face to face. I think because these people can hang out with us and see us and befriend us, that allows them to feel like, oh my God, I can't believe he's hurting Stephanie's feelings like that. Yeah. Instead of just laughing because it's funny.
Well, and
it's a show.
That's it.
If you can go sit at a comedy show and the guy on stage can pick on you or the person at your table and you find it funny and call you 10 times worse names than I'll ever call you, but you laugh about that. But it's because you don't know the guy and you are trapped in the illusion that you're at a comedy show. Well, duh, what the hell is this?
Well, I don't know, because after the show, you still kind of treat me like Denise.
Because you still act like... we and Steph's on the same page.
But you have room to talk.
I have.
Is that a new bar?
We both at the same time because you still act like Denise.
Oh, Lord.
For you, it's not a show.
For her, it's not either.
No, it's not.
I'm getting butthurt.
Oh my God.
What's that email address again?
.com. Type it out to, I think he really gives a to my email.com. Hashtag, no, I don't.
Oh my God.
So it's just funny.
You got me crying. Because I'm butthurt. I'm going to go home and cry about it.
And Jacob is telling me something, but I can't find what it is he's talking about.
Is he talking about the news article that he sent?
I have no idea. Where was this sent? Like, he keeps talking about a private message that was sent, but I don't know where it was sent to. But he was talking about it was one of the, I don't know.
Is it this part of the message?
Well, he's saying this was sent, but I don't know where it was sent to.
Okay.
I want to read it. Just for Fun Radio.
Good morning. How y'all doing?
It's just for fun. How can we not help you?
Hopefully we
How
don't.
can you not help me? Hey, I had a Denise moment. What was it, Saturday night?
You look like Jackie Gleason and you walked out of a restaurant with like a couple of yards of toilet paper hanging from your feet?
I didn't do that.
No, close. No, I walked past her. She's been outside Los Charros, and I was like, hey, Denise, and she just kind of like stopped, looked, like, you know how she goes,
No, and I told you why. It was because Chris and I were in a very in-depth conversation and totally was not expecting somebody to walk by and be like, "Hey, Denise." So that's why I was like, "Oh, hey."
So next time
Sounds like a bunch of excuses.
You like a prude.
Well, if you want to.
Oh, I see where we stand. Oh, or sit. Hey, I'm calling to interrupt y'all to give you a service announcement.
Public service announcement.
Friday morning, we will have Savannah Webb and Josh Connor in live in the studio.
Well, cool.
They will be at your mercy for interviews, songs. I think we're going to get you 4 songs, 2 originals, 2 covers.
To cover what? Never mind. Just keep going.
What?
Never mind.
Are you going to be with them?
Yes, I'll be with them.
Cool.
We'll meet you guys in the morning. Looking forward to it. Savannah's looking forward to it. She's kicking off a little mini acoustic tour with Josh, introducing herself to the Newton and Rockville area. But Saturday night, the 21st, she'll be playing at Perk Avenue Cafe and Coffee House in Madison. Her and Josh will be putting together a little show there. Perk Avenue's excited to have her. That they're going to have specials there, 50-cent wings, and they're going to be serving up those burner burgers, 100% pure grade beef, fresh from the Madison area, for hamburgers and French fries, $10 a plate. So 50-cent wings, hamburgers, $10 a plate. And Savannah Webb, you can't go wrong. Show's going to start about 8:30ish, and it's going to be a good time. So get on out there to Madison and check her out. And like I said, she'll be performing Friday morning on your show, and we can't thank you enough for having us.
Cool.
Well, thank you. I'm glad y'all are coming out.
Heck
Looking
yeah.
forward to it. Yeah, she's looking forward to flexing some vocal muscles. If you're not familiar with Savannah, you can check her out on ReverbNation.com. Just Google Savannah Webb, and she'll come up there. She's got some MP3s on there you can get a taste of. We're happy at Total Entertainment Management to work with her and to get her where we think she needs to be, and it's a good deal for all of us. And like I said, she's a pure talent. It's gonna be exciting to have her in the show and listen to her give us everything she's got, because that's how she approaches everything, 110%.
Well,
Cool.
we're excited. We can't wait.
Yeah. We'll have a full house
like I said,
in here Friday.
In the meantime, if you're on Facebook, you can search Savannah Webb or Savannah Webb Band page. Check her out. Like I said, she's on Reverb Nation. We're excited to get her reintroduced to the Newton County, Rockdale County area. She'll be playing Social House December 19th, and Third Base in Conyers on December 12th. But we'll tell all that on Friday.
Yes, sir. That'll work out good.
Yeah. Like I said, we're looking forward to seeing you guys. And Jolene Bush out there at Park Avenue's said 50-cent wings and a $10 hamburger and French fry plate while Savannah's playing. Can't beat it. Good food, great entertainment, great food, beers galore. Come on out and see her.
All right, man. Sounds good. Thanks for calling in.
Hey, thank you guys for having me, man. We'll talk to you later.
All right, see you later.
Okay. Bye.
All right, bye. So we got to go to commercial, but I wanted to cover what Jacob was talking about. There was a gentleman that had sat on the Electric High show one night as a guest, and he goes, question, why do Stone Mountain Park police need automatic weapons, and why are they armed in the first place? It's ran by a private company and no longer managed or controlled by the government. Sorry, Steve, but you're an idiot. The park is ran by a private company, but the police department is DeKalb County.
Mm-hmm.
The police department that's in the park is 100% DeKalb County Police Department.
Mhm.
They may have the park patch on their stuff, but they are certified, registered DeKalb County Police Department. Also, from what I remember, my dad was a cop there years ago. They have a shooting range there. So he's making the comment and another thing about they're out of the gun range now, which is why I'm posing the question. Sometimes you need to open your eyes before you
speak,
insinuate something stupid. Like you're insinuating it. Why is there armed people in Stone Mountain? Okay, let's look at facts. Look at how much controversies went on over the Confederate flag crap that was going back and forth in the park.
Yeah.
Of course they're going to have armed DeKalb County cops in there. Friggin' duh. Friggin' duh.
And, you know, Stone Mountain.
So I don't mean you as a person is an idiot. I mean the question that you asked was an idiotic question.
Yeah. And
they're DeKalb County police officers, and DeKalb County police officers are going to be armed. And it's all over the news where right now they're still raising hell about the Martin Luther King tribute that needs to be at the top. So in the heat of everything that's been happening, they are not taking any chances.
Right.
But the problem is this blanketed statement is trying to stir controversy. Just stir the pot. So there you go. People can hate me all you want. He unfriended me anyway, so I really don't give a shit. Sorry. I really don't give a crap.
Alrighty.
Commercial.
It's so funny. I keep emphasizing on that. I think it's real funny when everybody wants to exercise their freedom of speech and they want to be mad at me for doing the same thing. Well, your freedom is no stronger, higher, or greater than mine. I get to choose if I want Charmin or Scott's toilet paper to rub my ace, just like you do. Just saying. Everybody, we'll be right back.
Send your email to. I can't do it like you do. I don't have enough force behind my lips. Do it. There you go. Oh, you stick your bottom lip out a little bit more. You are just spit.
He does too.
That's what. Bella.
She's like, what did I do?
Bella.
She says, it's raining out there.
Not really.
It's just raining.
It's just 5.
Oh,
Don't worry about a thing.
everything's gonna be alright.
I'm gonna be all right. I got to go be right away. I need a big sponge to soak it up, yay. I need some Depends right away. Okay, enough. I'm going to go to the restroom. I don't want to offend anybody.
Did you? What are you tripping over?
This cord.
Wow.
Don't be tripping, biatch.
Gonna be all right.
Let's try that again.
Oh.
Right by my chair.
Well, you do it in the chair.
No, I don't. I do it in the bathroom. I hope you shart yourself.
I think he did. I think he did already. Because it's smelling like he did.
Okay, so I get what David was talking about now. Is that if we're talking about anything, and a lot of the times it happens up at Gravity when I'm helping them out.
Mm-hmm.
People will come in and we'll hear Just for Fun, and I'm Denise from the morning show, and they're like looking at me, and I was like, duh, niece, and they're like, oh. That's what David was trying to explain. Yeah, they don't know me by my name. They don't know you by your regular name either, do they?
Mm-mm. Well, some of them do. Because,
just redneck.
Yeah. But the ones that have me as a friend on Facebook, they know my name.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's some of them that we've ran into at different concerts.
I just used that freaking hand sanitizer.
You just stuck your hand on your penis and then you're making me smell it.
I'm left-handed.
So it doesn't mean you can use your.
But you did it anyways, you retard. What is wrong with you? You just told me why you wouldn't do it, and you did it anyways. Temptation was just too much. You couldn't resist. Oh my God. Was that the craziest thing you've ever seen? All right, everybody, we're back.
Smell the hand sanitizer.
Y'all just missed it. The craziest thing ever. I try to say, Denise, smell my finger. She's like, no, you just blah, 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 blah.
Out of the bathroom.
Out of the bathroom. You just came from the bathroom. And I said, I'm left-handed. She's like, I don't care. And she's holding my right wrist, keeping it from her face. And then she leans in to smell my finger. I'm like, but you did it anyway.
Because she said it was the hand sanitizer.
But you just told me it didn't matter, but you did it anyways.
I wanted to see if the hand sanitizer smelled good. If it was a fruity smell.
Speaking of fruity.
You are.
Fruit Loop.
So did you hear me explaining to Steph what David was explaining to you? He was saying that.
What part?
The part where people
know you as Denise?
Yes.
Okay, because Steph didn't go in. Pardon me, a whole lot of detail because Steph's done it at the country club. Steph's done it at the Walmart. Well, Steph is Walmart friggin' famous, by the way.
Walmart
Actually,
famous.
It was Kroger.
Oh, well, keep going.
Kroger famous.
So, yeah. Oh, yeah. That changes it.
But you can get points at Kroger to get gas.
That's right.
Exactly.
She's already got gas. Go ahead, though, David.
No, that's you.
Yeah, no, especially this morning.
David
was saying, and as a lot of times it happens.
Just type, smell my finger.
A lot of times it happens up at Gravity when I'm helping out and they hear something about Just for Fun or we're talking about the ladies talk thing coming up. And I'm like, well, I'm Denise from the morning show. And they look at me just kind of like, okay. And I was like, no, Denise. And then they're like, oh, okay. So, yeah.
You know what's so funny is think of how many people have started going into Gravity now.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's awesome, though.
And White Brothers. Anybody with any sense. No, what I'm trying to say is White Brothers being the industry that it is, you may not have as many walk-up customers per se. Does that make sense? Because like Gravity, just normal everyday citizens are going in there buying beer. It's a lot of walk-up customers. White Brothers may not be seeing a lot of influx of walk-up customers per se, but the thing is in their business, they supply to regular customers, regular everyday people. Better than Advance, better than AutoZone, better than and
what was that?
I couldn't pronounce their name. It just didn't want to come out of my mouth. Because people that are working at that place know what I'm talking about.
Hey, Nikki, how are you?
Wow, you just throw a biatch under the bus, don't you?
Threw her under.
So, anywho, all the big businesses like Chrysler and all these other people, the body shops and all these other people that listen to Just for Fun Radio are ordering their parts from White Brothers.
Cool.
So, even though they may not be seeing the front door action, wow, that.
I was like, go ahead, continue.
Yeah, me too. Why you think we looked at you?
Yeah.
So they go in the back door?
Stop. If you go in the front door of White Brothers, you're a regular customer, but the delivery people go out the side door.
That don't even sound...
They leave, they pick up their parts from the shelf across from Gene's desk, and they go out the side door. Y'all are perverse.
No, don't even, because you stopped.
Because I knew y'all were going to think that way.
No, because you were thinking that way too.
No, I knew y'all were going to think that way.
Speaking of Gravity.
A person just said, I missed that. But hi, Stephanie. So apparently she didn't hear what was being said, but she damn sure heard you call her name.
Because I was saying, hey, Nikki.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yes, like I said, they may not be seeing a lot of just regular everyday citizens walking in because of their business. They are so, I'm not going to say they're exclusive, but they do supply, the parts to the big businesses and body shops. And from what we hear, 78 from Stone Mountain, the mountain itself on 78, almost into Monroe. It's like every auto parts shop, every body shop, every repair shop, every dealership, every one of them is playing Just for Fun Radio.
Cool.
Because one of their big supervisor type fellas, I guess you can consider him like outdoor sales or something, like a Coke rep would go to each grocery store, says that he hears us playing in every one of the shops they go into. Up and down 78.
Badass.
Isn't that badass to know that, that 78, now we just got to take over 138. We're already at Rob's, we're already at, and where Nikki's at.
Hey, Nikki.
We're already at the Pampered Bobby.
Hey,
Tara.
So, but Steph, on the other hand, we were talking about being famous in Kroger's. So Steph's had an episode in Kroger's. She's had an episode at where we were playing bingo at Honey Creek, where she's like listening to somebody talk about, oh, we love these people. They just keep us laughing, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, I'm Redneck Steph. Like she needs a big finger, like the Miley Cyrus finger. And Steph don't need to rub her object, but she could just point at herself. Yeah.
No, actually,
if
all
you're
I
having
did,
episodes, you might want to get that checked out.
Actually, all I did was I said thank you. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, but paint a picture so everybody understands exactly what's happened here. Because so far, I'm having to tell your story because you're not. Duh, Stephanie.
Well, when I went to Kroger, I had just got done at the gym. I had my Just for Fun Radio shirt on because that's when we used to wear them to the gym to promote ourselves too. And I was walking in as a lady was walking out and she was like, oh, Just for Fun Radio, I love that show. And I said, well thank you for listening. And she looked and I said, I'm Redneck Steph. And she's like, oh my God, you're so funny. It's like, well, thank you.
Looking. No, I'm just kidding.
And then at Honey Creek, I actually got a free beer out of it.
See, she's using us now.
No. I did not ask them. I did not ask them for the beer. I got one. And it didn't help that I knew the bartender too. The bartender was a friend of ours.
But she didn't realize who you were, as odd as that is.
Yeah.
Like she knew you but didn't know you was redneck.
Yeah.
Well, she knew you were redneck.
Well, once
but
she figured out you were
character.
Redneck Steph, that's how you got the beer?
Well, that and yeah, I won the bingo game.
So did you get the beer because you won the bingo game? Or
no, I got the free beer. You were allowed to get a meal, but you had to pay for the beer. You couldn't get a free beer. But she gave me the meal and a free beer because I was Redneck Steph.
Oh, okay. Well, I need to go with you.
I don't even know if they do that anymore.
I haven't heard anything.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny is y'all are getting recognized. You're getting redneckanized. You're getting redneckanized. But the way somebody's gonna try to paint me is it's gonna be like Frankenstein walking through, the village. It's the bigot.
Yeah.
Problem is I won't.
Scarlet letter.
Problem is I won't be the one getting chased with a pitchfork because I'm not that bad.
No, you're not.
You say a pitchfork or a pitchfork?
Well, that too.
I'm changing the story a little bit.
Change it.
I actually found an interesting article the other day. The state of Georgia as a whole drinks the 5th least amount of alcohol in the entire nation, something close to 20 beers apiece. But we're about to find out which places more than make up for the slow sippers in the Peach State. And then this explains to you how they figured it out. The number of places you can actually buy booze, certainly an important factor in actually getting drunk. Then the amount of people who actually go around saying things like, dude, I was so tanked last night. Or how did I wake up in my neighbor's attic again? Of course.
Wow, what are you doing to get in the attic?
I know.
For real.
Playing to the stereotypes, the divorce rate, because studies have shown that when one or both partners drink a lot, they're 3 times more likely to divorce.
Right, and we know a couple that just now is just made it through their divorce based on that. Like they would both, I'm not going to say stay trashed, but it's like every time I saw them, they were both drunk. And then when people go, do you know they're getting a divorce? I'm, well, it's not really that big of a surprise. I mean, every time I saw them, they were trashed.
Yeah.
Sorry if it hurts anybody's feelings. Reality is a reality.
Mm-hmm. Incidentally, Georgia's divorce rate is a little higher than the national average. I can tell you about a little bit the methodology in the other section, but here are the 10 drunkest places in Georgia according to research. Number 10 is Marietta. Number 9 is Kennesaw. Number 8, good old Covington. Number 7, Savannah. Number 6, Brunswick. Number 5, Atlanta. Number 4, Decatur. Number 3, Athens. Number 2, College Park. And the number 1 drunkest city in Georgia, Seatown.
For real?
Conyers, Georgia.
Is the drunkest
city.
Conyers beat Savannah and Athens?
Yep.
There's no possible way.
There's a method behind them.
What makes you think? Have you not noticed West Porterdale?
Yeah, but we don't get out on the road and nobody asks us questions about it. Well, we get out on the road on our 4-wheelers.
Okay.
Hello, Valero's beer sales alone should be able to geographically show the most beer sold.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, they already know us up there at Valero so good that, when we walk in the store, 1 or 2, as in 1 or 2 30-packs.
Yes. I'm telling you, beer sales by zip code.
On the radio. Okay, but the drunken criteria that they used, they made a list of the 100 most populated places in Georgia, and then they looked at each of these places in terms of these boozy criteria. Number of bars and pubs per capita, number of wineries per capita, number of liquor stores per capita, each city's drunk-related tweets within the last week, and each city's divorce rate. And then once they gathered that up, they ranked the places with scores from 1 to 100 in each category. And then they averaged each place's ranking into one overall score, where the lowest scores went into our 10 drunkest places. Let's see. For the sake of getting reliable numbers, we counted places within a city's border as well as within a short driving distance. So, and Gravity's doing their part, but they're making it responsible for you to bring it home or leave there and then bring it home and do your drinking in the safeness of your home.
Well, and at least with Gravity too, they're heat shrinking. The plastic around it.
Yeah.
My wife was washing the growlers last night. Well, I
I'm
wanted them
proud of her.
clean when you take them back. And I went, honey, she has the means to wash them. Well, I just wanted to make sure they were clean.
Yeah, well, I can say helping her out and being behind the counter when we have to refill them, we appreciate the people that wash
I'm sure.
them out, because you open that up and it's been having beer in there for a week.
Yes, I can't stay in that myself.
I mean, there's a couple of times I've almost thrown up from it. Yeah, it's horrible. And then it's one of those that if you smell it, the smell doesn't go away. It doesn't go out of your nose.
Okay, so here's from Abby. It's per capita. The story is going by population and the size of the square miles of the city. In other words, Rockdale's so small with such a high amount of numbers and such a high volume of beer sales in your freaking zip code, Stephanie, that per capita, y'all some drunk. Beep.
I guess that's why we got Honey Creek package store, then we've got Randy's.
It showed a picture of Celtic Tavern.
Yeah, let's not throw Greg under the bus.
Well, no, it says for a city with only 15,000 people, there are sure a lot of bars and Conyers. Like way too many for an average population number of bars, but it's not your average population. In addition to the sheer number of bar stools in the city, there are also more liquor stores per person than in any other place in the state.
We're also right there off of I-20, and there's really nothing being sold in Lithonia.
Right. And then there were plenty of drunken tweets coming from Conyers. Trust us. Many people tweeted about a man who just got a DUI for driving a wheelchair drunk there. Now that's determination.
And Periscope's been banned from a few phones around here because of drunk periscoping.
But those are fun.
They're fun. They're fun to laugh at, but
funny.
not for the person. My wife found that out the hard way.
In Conyers, there's it's seventh as far as bars per capita, and as far as liquor stores per capita, it's first.
But there's not really that many bars here in Conyers.
Do we want to go down the list?
Hold.
I mean, are you counting just bars?
Stop for just a second.
Okay.
Think of how small Rockdale is and consider how many bars there actually is.
She's not looking at the big restaurants too.
Yeah, but I mean, think about how many bars are in Newton County?
Oh, wow.
Just visualize how big Newton County is.
Yeah.
And think of how spread out the number of bars are. There may only be 10 bars in Newton County. If you really think about it.
Okay.
We've got 10 like nothing. I mean, hell, we got 2 mattress stores on each side of the damn expressway.
And then one right around the corner.
So, but yes, you may look at the fact that a restaurant's considered a bar if it's a bar and grill, rather. Okay. So, I mean, you just have to, that's why Abby's saying per capita. They don't go by the county. It's only going by the actual city, which again, think of how big the city of Covington is and how many bars are in the city, and then look at how many bars are in the city of Conyers. Considering what the city is, you got the Celtic, you've got the Point, that's in the city.
Yes.
Then you got to look at Hank and Jerry's is right outside of the city.
Yes.
But do they consider O'Charlie's a bar and grill? Do they consider Applebee's?
Yeah, see, that's
do they consider Chili's? Do they consider Red Lobster?
Yeah, that's what
hell, for that matter, Chuck E. Cheese serves beer.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Don Telio's, they serve
Don Telio's. That's on one road, chick. Yeah. That's one road.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about as far as.
Look, so they're talking about restaurants.
Let's go by one road of City of Conyers. Let's just call it the access road.
Okay.
Gravity.
Yes.
Outback.
Yes.
Us drinking at Cracker Barrel doesn't count. O'Charlie's.
Yes.
Don Telio's.
Yes.
And that's just the access road. So Don Telio's, Chuck E. Cheese, Red Lobster,
Chili's,
Applebee's.
There's 8 on one road. And drinking behind the Walmart don't count.
And IHOP, the ones you don't bring into IHOP don't count either.
Yeah. And the drinking outside the theater doesn't count. That's one road, and that's only what, 2 miles?
If that.
That's 2 miles. That's my point, though. It's because we're right next to the expressway. We're easy access. There's nothing between Stonecrest and us. That's it.
And
that is us between Stonecrest and.
It's on the other side, but I mean, either you have the Longhorns down there on West Ave. You have whatever that new restaurant was. That was the fish.
The jazz place.
Yeah.
This right here is from a manager / representative of Walmart. Just for reference, Panama City Walmart has the highest alcohol sales in the company.
I can see that.
I would, yeah.
I can see that.
So when you go in there, they go, "Hey, Steph, welcome to the Redneck Riviera."
She's like, "Shut up.
You got your camper set up yet?"
She's like, "Shut up. I told you about that. You're not supposed to bring it out loud."
So
that's funny.
So here's my question as we're fixing to call one of our latest sponsors that we are helping for the next few months, which is, oh, excuse me, I need to quit burping up in y'all's microphone. I am
and
so
other
sorry.
Stuff too.
It's called Ice Days Ice Skating Ring.
Ice Days.
And I was trying, his name's Jim. I was trying to explain to him while trying to talk real fast like this and do a commercial. It's really hard to say Ice Days Ice Skating Ring. Because in the commercial, I'm trying to say Ice Days has brought back the ice skating ring to Conyers. But if you tried to say Ice Days Ice Skating Ring brought back the ice skating ring, it did not. I tried it 10 times. It doesn't come out of your mouth right. It doesn't sound right. It's hard to listen to. So at the end of it, where I say have an ice day.
It sounds like ass.
Well, no. We word substitute ace for that.
Yeah.
So when you say have an ice day, people that listen to Just Fun don't know what you're actually saying. But a lot of people, when you say have an ice day, if you say it fast, it sounds like have a nice day. Right. So it's kind of funny. But we're gonna call Jim. Jim is, and I was really intrigued on how an ice skating ring was made. You know why? Because we never think about it.
Yeah.
We never think about what it takes.
I was amazed when I'd go up there with you, just how much.
So I've been going up taking videos because I want to make a start where it's concrete, then it's the foundation, then it's the mats, then it's so you kind of see it and then speed it up so you can watch it. It's kind of odd, but like when you get there and see it, you go, now here's a guy that's already put it together a dozen times, knows his business, he knows what it takes to make it safe, he knows all of it. Then you have a spectator go, oh my God, I never would have thought it took all this to make it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like somebody going, yeah, the stork delivers the baby. And you don't think about the woman that laid there for 12 hours trying to out a baby. So you just, hey, guess what? It was concrete yesterday. It's an ice skating ring today. That's all we know. We never know what it takes.
Iceman brought
That's right. The ice fairy brought it. So we're gonna call Jim. Super great guy. And he actually texted me yesterday when I brought up calling him today, and he made the comment about, oh yeah, I got to be up there because of the rain. And I went, okay, Scott, this is going to be a retarded question to ask him. And I went, does that change anything? Like in my mind, I'm like, ice.
Well, we wouldn't understand it.
Well, in my mind, it's ice and we're just adding water. That's in my mind. We're just adding water. You know, you've been telling me that for 4 days, every 15 minutes, you're adding water to make ice. I'm thinking, well, we're just adding water. No, but you're not realizing is all that temperatured rain is melting his ice. And it's like, oh, I didn't think about that. It's kind of like your wife going, you mean I got to check the oil in the car?
But I can't find it. I can only find something that says 710.
Or there's that yellow thing that says oil. Is that oil for the motor or for the tires?
No, that's what says 710.
Oh, okay. So here comes Jim from Ice Days Ice Skating Ring.
Hey, Jim.
Ice baby.
Jim. Hello. Are you having an ice day?
Hello, it's Jim.
Hey, Jim, it's DJ Scotty, and you are live on Just for Fun.
Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Jim.
Good morning. Good morning. How you doing?
Pretty good, man. I was just sitting here saying that with you knowing your business and average Joe people just not knowing what it takes to put a ring together, that I was really intrigued on what it took to build if you would call it from the housing world, the construction world, which you're in as well, you would say the foundation of building it. Like, I never thought about what it took to build this. And then I just admitted that I was kind of a little dumbfounded yesterday when you're like, I got to be here because of the rain. And I'm thinking, rain's just more water to be added to the skating ring, right? But no, he brings up, no, it melts my ring. So
explain to us average Scotties.
Thanks, Denise.
Nobody is the average Scotty, and I have to say this first. Thanks so much for putting my family-oriented venue after your 30-minute alcohol rant about Conyers being like the #1 alcoholic city in the country or something.
Well, the kids have to have somewhere to go.
Bring it all home with family fun entertainment.
That's right. Well, the families have to drop the kids off so they can go get drunk.
and you know what? That's part of my advertising.
At least you're
at the bottom of my website. It says 7 bars and 4 restaurants or whatever that is.
That's right.
Within walking distance. So.
That's right.
Yeah.
Leave your kids with us to ride around on ice skates in circles while you are drunk driving around in circles. Watching NASCAR.
There you go.
Practicing NASCAR.
That's right. Anyways, man.
So what were we talking about?
Well,
I lost track.
We were just talking about, what it takes to build an ice skating ring. A lot of average people have no clue. Like the first day Jim's showing me how everything's going, I'm like, I think I'm going to go home and YouTube this because you don't think about it. And what I'm seeing him build is a fairly big size, but think about what the hockey people have to go through to build their ring.
Or like the one in the middle of New York City.
Right. You don't think about it. We as everyday people ride through Conyers and go, hey, I hear the ice skating ring's coming. And then we come back a week later and go, hey, there's an ice ring. And then like me last year, I got so used to seeing it every day that all of a sudden I drove by and go, oh my God, the ice ring's gone. Like somebody just snapped their fingers and it just disappeared.
It's the ice fairy.
That's right. It's the ice fairy.
Name Jim.
That's right. I wish.
I didn't call you
an ice fairy and have it dropped off. We actually had somebody ask last year when the truck showed up with the ice, and I just kind of looked at him. I'm like, next Tuesday, come on down and take a look.
Oh my God!
like they were bringing a big sheet of ice, and I was just going to set it down on the ground.
That's right.
Tell them the second Tuesday of next week to make sure that they're there.
Right.
It's like the guy that delivers glass. Exactly. Yeah, you should see him with these 2 big suction cups, and it's hooked to a crane, and they just lower it in. But first, they have to pick the pavilion up and move it, and then they lower the ice in, and they have to put the pavilion back.
Right. Well, but and to what you were saying though about the water and the rain, and you're right. We were out there constantly spraying thin layers of water on it to get it to build up. But kind of think of like your drink. You fill your glass full of ice and you pour your room temperature whatever in it. What does it do immediately? Melt half your ice.
That's right. And I didn't think about it yesterday. It just didn't dawn on me.
Right. And we have the big chiller that sits in that back parking lot and chills water down to 5 degrees and water and coolant together and circulates it under the ice. But when it's 70 degrees out and it's 70% humidity and you've got a drizzle, it melts the ice. There's nothing you can do about it. I don't know if you've ever been inside an actual ice rink, an indoor ice rink. I grew up playing ice hockey and my son played travel hockey. And so I've been in rinks my whole life. They are the driest, coldest place you will ever be in.
I remember the Stone Mountain one.
They have huge dehumidifiers that suck all of the moisture out of the air to keep the ice as dry as possible.
And see, I was just never really we were roller skating rings. We didn't find that many ice skating rings as a kid. Like I think the Omni had one. Then they closed it down. I think Stone Mountain had one. And then the next thing I know, you hear about where Gwinnett does their ice hockey stuff, and I'd go up there occasionally, but never really get to skate because it just wasn't as accessible. In which Jim, his company, he was also speaking that, say Savannah, there was a phone call from somebody from Savannah saying, hey, I'm coming to ice skate because it's the closest one.
Right.
Oh, we get calls from Savannah all over the place. Athens quite frequently. We actually have a few groups that come every year from Athens.
That's really cool.
Out. And but we have created over the last 2 years since we purchased the rink from the old owners such an internet presence, and you guys have helped us out with that just in the last few weeks. And we're always working the social media aspect. If you search ice rink within 30 to 50 miles of Conyers, we're like the first or second. I know within 30 miles of Conyers, we're the first return because we have such if you Google it, we have such an internet presence now.
That's right.
And that's how we get found by all these, in fact, I was looking at my Facebook page while I was listening to your show earlier, and just looking at the reach that we have and how many cities and the customers that say, I have quite a few regular customers that come every Friday and Saturday night that drive from south of McDonough.
Wow.
And we are, the destination, but they come now because the parents can hang out and be comfortable with it, because we've tried to make it friendly for the parents as well. No parent wants to drive their kid 45 minutes to drop them off to skate for 2 hours to have to come back and pick them up.
That's exactly
They'd
right.
much rather be able to find something to do. And so we've made it nice so that they can stay and hang out with us and have, they make it a social event. They really do. And
Yes.
that's nice and exciting to me, because that was our goal from the beginning when we took over.
Well, and the other thing too, the thing that I'm really proud of, and it's not that I should say proud of, I'm proud that he does it. Let me word it that way. We keep saying how cool it is. Like for years back when the old owners, Jim is now the new owner who has changed it up, made it a whole lot safer for the children. Safety and family is his number one priority. And we keep saying how awesome it is that now you can, I don't want it to sound like we're saying just drop your kids off, but when I was dropping my 15-year-old off there several years ago, I was always concerned when I would go to drop her off, because I'm like, oh my God, is she going to go in? Is she going to stay here? Is she going to be wandering around? Is she going to this? Is she going to do that? Well, now what we're finding out is Jim, as of this year, is designating a teen section. So one of two reasons. One, now when the families come in and sit down with the younger kids, the teens aren't, invading the parents' area in front of the smaller children. And we now are giving the teens their own area to hang out, to feel a little more comfortable, not being shoved under the parents, but also providing in a way that when you drop your kids off, they're in a secured, safe area and not just wandering around the town. So it's really a cool, it's a double header here. It's saving the parents, it's saving the worry of security, but it's also providing the kids a place to hang out.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Right. Well, and what really concerned me, again, a couple of years ago when we first looked into this and started participating, and we've actually been involved with this for 4 years now down in Old Town, and took it over 2 years ago. And, like recently what happened with the movie theater, they now have a curfew, 7:00 at night, Friday and Saturday night. If you're under the age of 18, you have to be with a parent or a guardian.
Oh.
Well, that's for a reason. The parents were treating it like a daycare or a babysitting service. They just drop their kids off and just assume they're watching a movie or doing whatever. And there's really nowhere for them to go. And they just hang out there all night. And that's when they start causing problems.
Mm-hmm.
I desperately do not want that to happen at the ice rink, because that would just be bad for everybody. I mean, the kids need an outlet. They need to go somewhere. I was a teenager once. We were all a teenager once.
Oh God, yes.
They don't know any better. They're out trying to have a good time and get out from their parents and, explore and do what they want to do. But it's our job, my job, to make sure that they can do it safely and make sure the parents know that, yeah, you can drop your kids off here, but this is the environment they're going to be in. They're not going to be allowed to just walk around downtown anymore. They're not going to be able to just hang out in the dark corner of the garden area anymore, because all that is a non-loitering area now. And we have off-duty police officers that are going to be there every Friday and Saturday night to enforce this. And it's not because we don't want the kids there. And some of the kids and even some of the parents might think, oh, well, you just don't want our kids there. That's absolutely not the case. We want your kids to come and have a good time, but they need to do it in a responsible and respectful manner and then enjoy it at the same time.
Right.
And
but
so
you're actually providing.
It's got to be a balance. It's got to be a balance.
You're providing a safe place for the kids. And the brilliant part behind that is, just like me, when I would drop my kid off, I would go, please God, just walk across the street, go in there. As soon as you're ready to leave, please call me. I'm going to come get you. Don't do this. Don't get in trouble. Come on. I have to trust that you're going to be okay. I have to not so much trust that you're going to do something right or wrong. I have to worry about if you walk out of that gate and you go walking down, there's a little alleyway between the two roads. Is there going to be somebody else down there? So it's not so much that you are trying to police their children. You're trying to provide a very safe place for their children.
Right. And we can only reach out so far. I mean, and there's a bad rep, and I know that, and I knew that going into it, that all this extra crime and all these things go on because the ice rink's down. Well, that's partially true and partially not. But we can only police so far out too. I mean, if something happens 3 blocks down, you can't blame it on the ice rink. You know what I mean? And because we do the best to police our immediate area and the best that we can do, but you know, there's only so much that we can do too. And I ask the parents, you know, please pay attention to what you're doing with your kids too. I mean, they're just as responsible, and hopefully they see what we're trying to do and respond to it and see that we're really just trying to help them out.
Well, any parent that's really concerned, and let's just word it very properly and not be crazy DJ for a second. Any parent that is really concerned about the well-being of their child or their neighbor's child that rode with their child up there, like if I take my child and her best friend, I'm ultimately responsible for her best friend.
Yeah.
Her parents said, Scotty, if you're dropping them off, please make sure you pick them up at this time. So ultimately, you are just providing such a greater service than anybody that's trying to judge it for all the wrong reasons. Any parent that is really concerned about their kid or their child's well-being or their neighbor's child's well-being will be happy that you're doing what you're doing.
Exactly. I hope so. I mean, I know I would from a parent. I mean, I have 2 teenagers and a 10-year-old coming up. And, you know, we look at it from a parent's point of view. And that's how we've approached it from day one is, all right, as a parent, I'm providing a service to other parents and their kids, but ultimately it's to other parents.
That's right.
And if I was in their shoes, what would I want the venue that I'm dropping our kids off to be like?
Exactly.
And that's how we approach this teen area. That's how we've approached all of our new birthday party packages and how we handle those. All the new lighting and stuff that we put up last year to kind of spice it up and make it a little bit more entertaining and exciting. You know, it's the funniest thing is I go out and I was wanting to add in these lights, not to make it seem like a roller rink or a disco party, but just to kind of not make it so sterile.
Yeah, mood lighting, if you will.
Exciting.
Yeah.
and I put these lights up, and I'm not kidding. Within 2 weeks, we were getting phone calls. So when do you turn the lights on?
Yeah.
When it gets dark.
That's right.
Okay, well, that's when I'm going to come skate. Thank you. And they'd hang up. And I'd be like, wow. The first phone call I got like that, I'm like, wow, that's kind of odd. And then I get like 10 a day.
Yes.
You know?
So
and
look.
it's like, all right. So we caught their attention.
Yes.
Well, now that we've got their attention, let's do something with it.
That's right.
And, you know, something as simple as that. But they like it. They enjoy it. They come down. And that's what it's all about, really.
Yes.
For us anyway.
Exactly. Look, I want to reach on another subject real quick. I want to cover this from a listener. As an Old Town merchant and someone who has kids that skate, we are so very happy to have Jim and his crew there. It brings a lot to OTC, which is the Old Town Conyers, and so much safer and friendlier. So that's from a merchant that's in Old Town that says they're very happy to have you there for the reason of just being a local business as well as for their own children.
Wow. Well, that's cool. And
Isn't that neat?
You know, stuff like that's good to hear.
That's right.
We hope that word gets out because we're trying to break the old mold. And, you know, we hear a lot of, well, I haven't skated there in years because of so-and-so or what,
That's right.
whatever happened.
Yes.
Well, it is different now. And I hope enough, and I know it's going to take
new
time.
owners. Come on. They got to know it. They got to learn it.
Right. But it's going to take time to get it out. And we understand that.
Right.
But, you know, as long as we work at it and people, like you just said, you know, that word gets out and the word of mouth and everything, it's going to get around. And that's good. That really makes me good. Now I know that we're doing, you know, the right thing. We're going in the right direction.
That's right. All right. So I'm going to switch gears and I'm going to take it 2 directions real quick. For anybody that's listening to Just for Fun, my sponsors and listeners, we will be doing a Just for Fun night, December 2nd. That is a Wednesday night. So cool. We will be giving more details for this information. The way it's going to work is all sponsors are going to get in, the way they, we'll deal with this in person, y'all. But everybody that's a sponsor gets in with one way of getting in, and all the listeners that get in with another way.
December 2nd.
December 2nd is a Wednesday night. I'm still working out all the details. Doc has the piece of paper with everything written down. So I really need that piece of paper to be able to announce everything that we got worked out. But now that since I have Jim on the phone, discuss how your rates work, your birthday parties, so people understand what they can do to have a birthday party there, because I'm sure a lot of people are going to be real curious, like, hey, if I do a party there, what's different about doing a party? So just kind of walk everybody through kind of how things go there. Your concessions, they have hot chocolate, they have pretzels. I mean, there's a lot happening there that's more than just what meets the eye when you drive by.
Right. No, absolutely. And everything I'm going to explain now is on our website, IceDaysConyers.com.
Yes, and I shared that on my page, by the way.
All that stuff. But birthday parties, we have 3 different packages ranging from just showing up. The basic, it's 9 skaters. You get entrance into the rink to skate for the 2 hours, and then you get all the party decorations, the tablecloth, all the balloons and napkins and party type favors, stuff like that. And that's $120. Each additional kid is $11. And they get everything included in the package. If you're interested in doing a food package, that starts at $155, and that's the same 9 kids. They get the skating, you get all the same decorations and all that. And then every participant gets a combo meal, which would either be a hot dog, chip, and a drink, a pretzel, chip, and a drink, or nachos and a drink. Each additional skater, kid, adult, whichever way you want to go with it, would be $14. If you're not interested in any decorations or anything like that, you just want to come down and bring a bunch of friends down to have a birthday party, we do have a basic package that's $135, and that gets up to 15 skaters in the rink to skate. You don't get a designated party area or anything, but you can come down and utilize our public, the regular open tables. If there's one available, that's all first come, first served proceeding. But you can bring up to 15 of your friends down and skate, and each additional skater would be $9. If you've got a lot of people and you want to come down on your own, and this works out really well for youth groups or like for yourself that we're doing, typically on Wednesday nights, we do private parties, and those start for 2 hours. They start at $299. That's for 25 skaters. But you get the entire rink to yourself for 2 hours. You can skate, you can play broom ball, you can just twirl around, you can stare at the sky. Whatever you want to do, the rink is yours for 2 hours.
Is broom ball kind of like hockey?
Say what?
Is broom ball kind of like hockey? You just use a broom?
Broom ball is kind of like field hockey on ice. You don't use a stick, like a hockey stick. You use like a paddle, and you do like a smaller version of a kickball or a dodgeball. And you're out on the ice in your shoes. We normally play it after a public session, or like if I know I have a broom ball game coming in, we don't clean the ice. That way it's rough, and you get out and you wear your shoes and you run around and you hit the ball and you try to make the goal. And it's a lot of fun. And it's amazing to me how few people actually have heard about it. We used to play this a lot of times. I'm from California originally, and we would do this at midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning in an indoor rink. And we'd go after hockey practice and just have fun playing broom ball.
Oh, that's funny.
But that's something else that we offer. Each additional skater for that would be $8. But we get a lot of youth groups that come for churches. Some schools have done it as well. We had a couple private actual birthday parties, but we'll do those anytime that we're not open to the public. I've come in early on a Saturday, early on a Sunday. I've stayed late on a Saturday afterward. We close at 11 and done a private party from 11 to 1 a.m. I'll do it any time that we're not open to the public, honestly, because we're only there for a short period of time, and we want to get as many people to come down and experience the rink as possible. So I'm real flexible with the schedule that way.
Right. And it's awesome because when you look at all the, when you start looking at all the prices, it's really not as expensive as a lot of people want to believe. Like in your mind, you think, oh my God, it's going to cost this, but it's really not that bad when you start really looking at what all you get out of it. And another thing, and I keep getting hung on it, and I think you said it was Thursdays. It's the 4 for 40. It's 4 for 440. You want to explain that?
4 for 444.
There you go.
Thursday night's our family night, and you can bring down a family of 4, and you get 4 admissions to the rink, 4 rental skates, and 4 combo meals for $44. That's normally $54, so you save $10. And you can bring more than 4 people. It just starts at a minimum of 4. Each additional person would be $11. So ultimately, you get to skate for $7.50. Or you can look at it as you get your dinner for $1. However you want to look at it, it's a great deal to bring your family down. And
so if you typically go down and you just want to skate with you, your wife, and your daughter, you're going to spend basically the same amount of money if you just take 4 people. So take your neighbor's kid with you, because your kid's going to want a friend to skate with. I mean, you can't beat that deal. You just can't. The numbers add up perfectly.
No,
I have catchy. I mean, really, 4, 4, 4, 44. You can't beat,
I have a quick question, because, as for myself, and then we have a couple of listeners that are in wheelchairs. Do you allow them out on the ice?
If we can get the wheelchair up on the ice and we have somebody that can push them around, absolutely. They actually have ice chairs that I have not been able to get a hold of. I'm trying to get a hold of one or two.
That would be kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
They're very difficult to find. They're not very common, but they do exist. But I do have a ramp, and I would have the ability to get somebody up on the ice if they really wanted to get up and kind of roll around on it. They obviously, they would need somebody to push them around.
Yeah, just to be careful with it.
Yeah.
Right, and be very careful with it. I would not recommend doing that on a Friday or Saturday night when we have
very crowded. Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
very,
I'm
very
just
crowded.
talking about the just for
in
fun
general.
night.
Yeah, on Just for Fun's night. Yeah. And that's the thing, everybody. December 2nd is Just for Fun's night. That is for us. It's a private party for us. And I say private, meaning it's for the Just for Fun people. But anybody listening, you need to be there. Sponsors, you need to be there.
Just your listeners.
That's right.
Okay.
Just your listeners.
I was in the restroom when you were talking about the 4 for 40.
4 for 44, and he'll say it one more time, because that way everybody hears it again.
Okay, but I was 4 for 44. Okay.
Yes.
So I have a family of 5. So how would that work?
Your one extra one would be $11.
It starts out at 4 for 44.
Okay.
And it's ultimately $11 a person.
Okay.
Each additional person is $11. If you bring 10 people down, it's just $11 more a person.
So 5 for 55.
And they get the same deal.
7 for 77.
Well, sort of. It's not $10. It's $11. So I'm just. But when you went from 44 to 40 you went from 44 to 55.
No, because that's 11.
But then you said then the next one would be 65, then 75.
No, I said 66.
Okay. I'm just making sure, Denise.
And then 77.
Yeah,
okay.
88.
For each additional person, you add $11.
Smell my finger.
But the benefit is, too, his combos like the drink, a hot dog, and chips. I mean, you're talking entry fee, your rental skates. I mean, everything. You can't go wrong. Right. You just can't. You can't go wrong.
And we try to keep it, I mean, like our concession stand. It's $1 for a hot chocolate. It's $1 for a candy bar. It's $1 for a soda. Almost everything we sell is $1. Our most expensive item is our combo at $3.50. Our nachos are $3. Our hot dogs are $2. We sell monsters like crazy for $2.50. Starbucks Frappuccino. I actually brew Starbucks coffee for $1 a cup. $2 if you want a large. I mean, we're not trying to get rich off of anybody. We're trying to provide a good environment that's cost effective. I have a family. I grew up on a budget. I still have a budget. And I understand that. My wife understands that. And that we're trying to keep it budget friendly for everybody. Because then you can come down and skate more. Well, I don't want you to come one time and be like, oh my God, that was like going to Disneyland and not want to come back. We want you to come back 10 times.
Well, and we appreciate that.
Because that's why we're there.
Right.
Yeah, I'm laughing right now. Kathy Bragg, who's just now really tuning in, owner, sponsor of Copy Central, is saying, yay, that's my birthday.
Oh, cool.
I said, cool, come down. She's like, I'm going to make an event page because I'm going to have my birthday party that night. And I just typed, you can't. That's my night. But you're already going to be there on my night because it's just for fun night.
She can when your night's done. I'll stay late.
Yeah, see, that's just funny, and she's listening, so I just think it's funny.
I pulled enough all-nighters there. I left. I was there yesterday morning at 11. I left at 6 o'clock this morning.
Right.
Oh wow.
Dang.
So I feel like you guys were talking about earlier. I had to stay and make sure it hasn't started pouring rain yet.
Yes.
But I had to stay and make sure when it started raining that our gutters were working right and everything was going to be okay, so that I didn't show up later this afternoon to no ice.
That's right.
So crossing my fingers, we're going to be okay.
Yeah, I'm going to come by and take some video today too. Now listen, I just got to do this because I know Kathy's listening. So when we say my sponsors, that means Rob Ward, owner of Rob's Performance. That means him, his wife, and kids. Tubby, the manager. Tubby, his wife, his kids. Chaz's girlfriend. The employees. They're my sponsors. So Kathy Bragg says, I'm saying it's my birthday. Can my whole family come? Now that's what Kathy's sending. Kathy, I got to pick on you. Kathy's mom and brother own the business. So Kathy, that is your family, honey. I'm sorry, Kathy, but your family is my sponsors. So to say that you, your husband, your kids, which is Dustin Bragg, who plays on the show, and Dustin's brother, Kathy's other son, who works at Copy Central, who's a sponsor, Kathy, that is your family, honey.
So
yes, you can bring your family. She wants to bring her family because it's her birthday, but her family is my sponsors. It's so ironic that it works that way, Kathy. She's not typing, which means she's like going, he's picking on me.
Yeah, because do remember she's a redhead.
Yes, she is a redhead, and I'm married to one, so I do know that. And then I get, sir, the Tubby and Nikki family, kid, not kids. And okay, so anyways. So yeah, she's like, there's no plural.
No second cousins twice removed by whatever.
She says, thank you with all these exclamation points. She says, you can just celebrate my birthday. Yes, we will. We'll all be on the ice and we will sing happy birthday to Kathy because it is the Just for Fun night, but we'll call it Kathy's birthday too.
And you can do
now,
a
tell her
rap.
she's got to get her birthday cake from Sugar Bakers right there because they're affiliated with us. We're trying to get everybody doing our birthday parties to get their birthday cakes, cupcakes, whatnot at Sugar Bakers.
Exactly.
They're tied in with our birthday party.
If you are facing the Celtic, it's 2 or 3 doors to the left of the Celtic. They're right on the corner.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, this is perfect. This is perfect. And her mom is in the Rotary Club and the arts, and her mom is part of her mom Dottie is part of everything that's in Old Town anyway. So this is all such a great circle of everybody coming together.
And I've gotten what time it's on that paper that you have, right?
Yes.
As far as time.
Yeah, all that'll be it's on the paper. We'll get it tomorrow from Doc.
Yes.
Well, Jim, I hate to do it, but we're going to rush out of here. We went over a little bit, but we're going to cover some more stuff on the show. Once again, tell everybody how to find your Facebook page and how to find your website. I did share it on the Just for Fun page as well as my personal. I tagged my wife, Denise, and Steph in it, so everybody needs to start sharing it.
Well, the website is icedayconyers.com. If you go there, we do have a Facebook link. You can also, if you're on Facebook in the search bar, just type in Ice Days, or you can put in Ice Skating Old Town Conyers. We'll pop up that way. We've also got Google+. We're on Twitter under Ice Days. Check out all of our pages, like them all. Periodically throughout the season, we give out little giveaways to our Facebook, friends. A hot chocolate here or there, just stuff like that we throw out to people that we know are watching on Facebook, because we appreciate everybody that does that and supports it. So.
Well, thank you.
Cool.
Well, thanks for allowing us to call in. I know you were busy. With him also, before I get out, one of the things that I did find so very interesting is what it takes to do the ice. Like, you sent me a video of you one morning at, like before the sun even came up, where you're talking about how many times a day you had to do this and how many days it took. So just give everybody that image one time.
Yeah, well, and because of the temperatures we've had, this unnormal warm during the day, we've actually been down there about 4:00 in the afternoon, working till about 9:00 in the morning, because those are the coolest times to be able to make the ice. But yeah, I sent you that video. I think it was like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And
I didn't even know.
You go out with a water hose and a nozzle on it, and you go out about every 30 minutes or so is about how long it takes the ice to refreeze, and you spray a layer of water on it, and you just walk around and just play with the water and spray it on the rink, and then
just to keep evenly.
Walk back off and watch it, and it freezes, and you come back out and you spray another one. And when it gets really cold, like the next couple nights, this weekend especially, you're supposed to be down in the 30s or below 30 at night, just the air temperature. You can actually just walk around the rink and just keep spraying water on it, and it will continually freeze.
Yeah, he was saying by the time you get to one side, you're ready to spray the other side.
Yeah, you're ready to spray the other. So there were a few nights between like 2:30, 3:00 in the morning and 6 in the morning when it's coldest. I never stopped. It was just walking in circles. It was like NASCAR, just walking in circles, spraying water.
Right. And the thing is depending on the outside temperatures, and then like today with the rain, it's never ending. Like in my mind, I always thought, okay, you spray it, it becomes ice. Once a week, you got to spray a little more water on it. Mm-hmm. That's in my mind, but that's every night.
We put a new layer of water every night after everybody's done skating to refreshen it up and give you a nice smooth surface.
That's right.
But like today, some of the ice is going to melt because of the warm rain. It's going to wash part of the ice away, and we'll have to be out there this weekend at night and in between public sessions, putting more water down to get more ice. And that's just, that's part of the fun of being an outdoor ice rink.
Right. And he said he would be here till roughly February. He's like, when he's in this conversation with me, in just general conversation, he's like, look, I'm pretty much here 24 hours a day until February. Like I might not go home but once a week. We were just generally talking because I was really like National Geographic. I'm like, man, this is just intriguing. I never thought about what it takes to do this.
But we know where he is.
Yeah, we'll know where to find you at the ice skating rink.
Yeah, you know where to find me. Yeah, in my office on my couch asleep.
That's right.
Set an alarm every 45 minutes.
That's right. I'm gonna be like, if you don't answer a text, I'm gonna text Tara. Tara, go out there. I'm gonna take her a bunch of bean bags, and I'm gonna be like, just go throw a bean bag on Jim's trailer and say, call Scotty. So yeah.
Right.
All right, man. Well, thanks for letting us put you in on the show and explaining what's going on. What's really great is I wanted all the listeners to get a firsthand glance of what it takes to do what you're doing. Also to let them hear you as a person and know the personality behind the rebranding of the Conyers ice skating ring, because this is Jim's second year running it. He is taking this to an entirely different level. The lights look really great at night. He's adding a disco ball and some more lights in the center this week. The rain, of course, being what it is kind of slowing some stuff down, but be ready by this weekend to have a really good looking skating rink.
Cool.
Yeah. And we really, the whole crew worked really hard. We've got a good group of kids that have we call them rink rats, that have just followed the rink for years. And we had a legion of them out there. We built that rink and we're ready to make ice in 3 days.
Right.
From nothing to ready to turn our chiller on and spray water on it in 3 days.
Cool.
Then we had to wait 2 days for it to stop raining so that we could actually make ice.
Right. Man.
We got out and got it done because we had a deadline. We had it advertised that we were open up on the 14th, which is a week earlier than normal. And we're doing that to try to get the word out so that more people will come during Thanksgiving break. That
awesome.
Extra week ahead of time really kind of gets the word out. Oh, the rink's back. All right, we need to go skating this weekend, so that everybody can get the experience while they're out of school too.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Yeah. So,
all right, man.
Thank you. I appreciate the call and the time.
That's terrific. That's terrific. And also, my buddy Billy, remember the day we were talking about speakers? Billy says he's left you a couple messages and a text message. He actually has the speakers for under the price you wanted to spend at the Stone Mountain Ken Stanton Music.
Oh.
So check voicemails because he's left you a message with some numbers to reach him. He's off on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or Tuesdays, Thursdays. But get with him. He says that all you got to do is go up there and ask for him at the Stone Mountain location on 78. And he's got 2 different sets of 2 different brands, but both under the price range you wanted to spend.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
yes,
awesome.
sir.
I'll make sure to get up. I'll make sure to get up there before this weekend. So we've got some better speakers going.
10-4. All right, man. Well, thanks for letting me call you, and we'll see you later.
Have a good day.
Anytime. You guys take care. Have a good one.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, everybody. Is it pee break? It's pee break.
That's it. It's after 10.
I know, but I didn't want to just end the show with us just talking like that.
We always talk during the show.
That's not what I'm trying to say.
Duh, Scotty.
God. Oh, my God.
Send your email to .com.
Okay, let's play some commercials real fast. Let's go take a potty break.
And a
let's
break.
Let's come right back. Let's tell everybody thanks for listening. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Golly.
Whatever you say, boss.
Just pick on the white bigot today.
Yes, master.
Oh my God. We'll be right back.
Darth Vader.
Well, then you should have breathed heavy in my ear like you did on the phone yesterday. She's like, Scotty. Yes, Deb. What are you doing? I'm trying to figure out why you're breathing heavy in the phone. Well, I just ran to the refrigerator for a beer and some cold pork rinds. Steph, why do you have pork rinds in the refrigerator? So they stay fresh.
That's what you sound like when you run up the stairs.
I know, right? Yeah. I'm fat and old and out of weight, out of shape. We'll be right back, everybody.
Out of weight.
Out of weight. Yeah.
Should I show her what?
Are you running to the? I say I needed to go, and you're getting there first. Okay, so.
Yeah, because there might be people that live in Mora that are listening. She's not going out there, not with it raining. Thank you and have a great day. Thank you and have a great day.
Oh my God, that would have been nice.
Rob's performance. When you give me my boom? Hello.
So
there's no. Kathy Bragg says, "Mom wants to know, are you going to take care of the cake?" I'm throwing a just for fun party, and it's her birthday.
Well, we're gonna have to get a really big cake just for
and like, write her name on the side.
Well, yeah.
Well, my wife will make sure we. Well, I don't know. It's a catch-22. We'll have to talk about it.
And just write in little letters up on the corner, "Happy birthday, Kathy," and then give her that piece.
I'll have Corinne's daughter make some cupcakes.
There you go. Or one of those pull-apart cakes. Oh. It looks like a sheet cake, but you just pull the cupcakes apart.
Yeah, you pull the cupcake.
Kathy says, "Oh, this is going to be fun."
Heck yeah, it's our party.
It's already sounded fun.
I've never been.
It's just skating. For fun. I mean, it's a party. Well, wait, let's go back. We'll go back and have this conversation.
I'm scared.
You hear the new commercial?
Get you some, Scotty. Get you some. Or wait, I'll do what my kids do.
Kathy keeps asking questions, and I'm like, "Are you listening to the show?" Because I gotta mess with her. This is too freaking hilarious. This is too funny. Is there a reason you're like, I just realized, oh my God, we are on video, Denise.
I was waiting to see how long you.
I just thought about it. I'm like, I'm over here reading all these messages, and it just occurred to me that you're doing all this on microphone. No wonder Benny got smart and said, every time my wife comes home, she's acting like a 14-year-old boy. All right.
I'm a girl.
We're back. Well, you know what's funny is when you're listening to this show, when Jim Carrey acts like a complete crazy person on a movie,
he's acting.
It's a show. It's a movie. Why can't people just open their
ears,
eyes?
Yeah, but
so I'm trying to get. I'm just gonna do this right here because if I can't get the accurate, come on, phone. But leave it to a Google phone.
we still act this way though when we're out in public.
Yeah.
You know, look at when we were in Sports Authority playing with each other's balls.
And yours broke.
Could you?
Your blue ball busted.
Steph, do you think you could explain, please, before people get the wrong impression?
What? It was Sports Authority. We were playing with balls.
Explain, Steph. Explain.
We are playing with your blue balls.
Golly, shut up, Denise. Stephanie, explain before people get the wrong impression. We are at 10:20.
Well, actually, you held Steph's blue ball.
No, it was purple.
Okay, I'll say it because you rejects. We went in there to buy stress balls. Y'all are going to make people have the wrong idea, man. Golly. For once, I'm not the character in the room that everybody wants to smack. It's y'all.
No, they still want to smack you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I could kill you. I could just kill you. Would that be admitting if I said I could just kill you? Because I didn't say I'm going to.
Yeah, you're still threatening me. And
I did not threaten you.
I feel threatened.
Oh, my God.
I'm getting
and now I'm getting butthurt.
NAACP. She knows you're calling.
She knows I'm calling. She's not answering because she knows I'm calling.
Hello. Hello. What roll?
Well, here.
This is Kathy Bragg. If you leave me a message, I'll call you back as soon as possible.
I'm going to leave her a message in case she's not listening.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Hey, Kathy Bragg, sponsor of Just for Fun Radio. I think I said, make sure I'm clear. I said that this is for you and your sponsors and your employees. So you said, she says, oh my God, this is going to be fun. And then it says, can all my employees come? Yes, Kathy Bragg, your employees
well,
can
come
too,
right?
Because your employees are your family. And yes, it's supposed to be where Rob's Performance and his employees are the sponsors, the Pampered Puppy and their employees, Karen up at Gravity and her employee, Bob, her husband.
Bob.
Bill, it's a joke. Bob's.
I'm kind of an employee.
God, you're not paying attention.
So you're a double employee.
Please, God, don't say, can you come? And I just said what I said. Please, just no. Anywho's, all employees.
Yeah, this is on Kathy's message, by the way.
Yes, Kathy, sorry for screwing up your voicemail. I'm going to hang up with your voicemail now. I'm trying to make a joke, and you made it awkward.
No, I'm not.
Why, when I said I'm making fun because Karen at Gravity doesn't have employees.
Uh-huh.
So when I said, bring Bob, what is Bob?
I'm not saying.
So then why would you say, can I come? After I said that, Denise.
Because that was awesome.
Shut up.
I did it just for fun.
So yes, all sponsors and said employees and imaginary employees can show up. I tried to make a funny, and it just
and I made it even funnier.
Well, I was sneaking it in, and you like just opened the door so everybody saw that it was. So American Family Insurance with Corin and James. That means come on, Denise.
You left.
Now and never we'll be able to bring their people. The new car wash will be able to bring their people.
Bring them on.
Okay.
Can I go?
Jim from the ice skating ring says, "Can my employees come too since we're sponsors?" Denise, would you answer that for him?
No.
So his employees can't show up to the ice skating ring?
Just you, Jim. Of course.
Okay, we got to go. This is just
we're getting delirious now.
This is too much. Well, you know what happens when you're doing the show, and people don't realize this. You get in here, your adrenaline gets to kicking, but when your adrenaline starts going down, you're coming off that adrenaline high.
Yeah, and
which is why my sugar level gets screwed up all the time.
If you say so.
Because you're not sweet enough.
Yeah. We
So all the people at White Brothers gets to show up.
Sarcastic.
But since White Brothers Conyers location is the one that pays for sponsorship, I don't want everybody from Forest Park and Stone Mountain to show up because that really wouldn't be fair to all the other sponsors.
They have multiple locations.
Well, it's not that they have multiple locations, but then we would have one body of people that would be greater than the whole ring.
And the social house.
Yes, everybody that's a sponsor. Dusty, her kids with Todd. Does that make sense?
You take turns.
Oh yeah. I'm out of here. You're making this too hard to figure out.
Who the heck is making it too hard to figure out?
The phone is just going.
And
Jim says if his employees can't be there, who's going to run it?
If he can't. Well,
my phone will not stop getting light. I got the roadie. Can the roadie show up?
Okay, so if you have to ask if your employees can come, then no, they can't.
Duh. Oh my God.
You guys are being duh.
Denise over here. It's pretty bad when Denise has to speak logic to y'all.
I do all the time.
And it's not sports. Like Friday. When she was talking
I'm lost.
with Brad, and you said that she actually sounded intelligent.
Shh, why did you remind her?
I sound intelligent all the time.
Yes, you're right.
In my own world.
Yes. In your own bubble. It's your dream. It's your lie. You can say it however you want. Okay, we got to get out of here, man. I got like 15 friggin' things to do.
Which really means that he's only got like
2. At the most.
Well, I mean, look, you got to look at reality. I got to go upstairs. I got to put underwear on. I got to put shorts on. I got to put shoes and socks on.
You were sitting down here
farting
with no underwear on.
Nobody said I had to wear a filter.
No, but
now you got the spray in your pants.
So that it would have been in the underwear.
Yeah, but you're going to be wearing those. Yeah, and you're going to be wearing those shorts again tomorrow.
How do you think you can just justify all this?
Just hang up. I mean, just.
I'm sitting at a table with 2 rednecks that are trying to tell me.
I ain't no redneck.
Do you watch NASCAR?
Sometimes.
So you're a part-time redneck?
Yes.
Wait, hold on. Hold the presses. True. Just say yes or no. Just yes or no.
No.
Are you wearing a camouflage hat?
No. I'm wearing a Tractor Supply hat
that has camouflage on it.
Which is camouflage, which is a double 2-pointer because it's Tractor Supply and it's camo. Okay. Are you a redneck?
No.
Okay. Do you watch NASCAR?
Yes.
Yes. Say it properly.
C.
Do you drink large amounts of beer?
Craft.
Yes.
That's still beer.
No. Because rednecks drink.
Do you smoke?
Sometimes.
Do you have a house full of kids?
Sometimes.
Do you have more than one dog?
Yes.
Do you live down a dirt driveway?
Sometimes.
When it's not raining and it's a mud driveway.
Yes.
Everything you have
So
said.
you play in the mud.
Are you married to
I don't go down a mattress.
Are you married to a truck driver?
Oh, Jesus. Whatever.
Okay. Did y'all have previous relations before you got married?
Sometimes.
Meaning you dated, then y'all both went off and got married, and then you both got back together.
Yes.
You're a redneck.
If you say so.
How do you undefine yourself as a redneck? Everybody listening is going to be chiming in a second going, yes, you have met the criteria of being a redneck. If they issued cards and you had to meet a certain standard to be a redneck, you got it like 10 times. You've already beat the system.
Can we end the show? I'm getting very butthurt.
Are you getting offended?
Yes.
You're so mean.
Can I be called a bigot if I'm talking
Pointing out
about
the
white
truth?
people and pointing out the truth?
I don't know. Can you?
I don't know.
What the hell was that noise?
You're a redneck bigot.
I'm a redneck bigot. I'm being very judgmental on the rednecks. They're going to go wave a bunch of flags in front of my house.
All right, kids.
Okay, we got to go.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Denise, long hair, doesn't cover up her red neck. There you go.
He said about the skating rink, you can't do figure eights in my wheelchair.
Now, say what little Richard was saying that I didn't want to, disrespect our caller at the time.
Hold on, let me get to it. Because you hit it.
Here's from Travis. If the directions to your house is turn off the paved road, you might be a redneck.
Okay, so.
Yeah, we just had a are you at a redneck moment because you.
Anyway, so Morrow used to have an annual ice rink, but I guess the clientele in Morrow kept trying to chip pieces of the rink and smoke it due to the drug name ice being popular in Clayton County.
Sorry for our Morrow and Clayton County listeners out there.
Any of them that live there, no. Anybody that lives at South Lake Mall area and still shops at, say, a South Lake Mall area know where they're going. It'd be like me going back to South DeKalb Mall. I know if I'm driving to South DeKalb, I know what I'm doing. If I'm going to Ashby Street, I know what I'm doing. That's why I was saying yesterday, I find it very funny when people try to speak on behalf of the ghetto or try to support the ghetto or the way of the ghetto, but yet they won't even live in the ghetto. Yeah. They won't go to the ghetto, and they're trying to run and move further away from the ghetto, but yet they want to speak for the rep. They want to speak like they're the representative of the ghetto, but they don't even want to go there. They don't even want to live there. I find that stupid.
It is stupid.
We're out of here. 10:32, y'all. We'll see y'all on the flip side. Stay out of trouble.
Don't do nothing we would do.
Try to offend at least 10 people today. There's a quota to be made.
And if you do it just for fun.
Just look at them, tell them you did it just for fun, and they can send all hate mail to IDon'tGiveARatsAss.com.
We gotta make that email address.
Yes.
We really do.
All right, we're out of here. Everybody, we love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day. Oh, Kathy Bragg, I'm back now. She had to go run the counter. Well, Kathy,
go check your
voicemail.
And we're sorry. We love you.
The first 2 minutes of it is great. The last 6 minutes of it was a complete oops.
It was not 8 minutes.
I don't know, but I was trying to, Denise, it's called She's Listening to the Show, and I was trying to build her up to worry about the voicemail, and you just ruined it.
Long.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, Denise messed it up.
All right, we're out of here. Everybody have a great day.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Hey, what is it? Asian? What is it called?
Oh, God, I'm going back. What?
What
does the Chinese people say?
Yeah.
Chow mein.
Okay, there you go.
Hump day.
You know what they say? You know what they say in China? Chow mein.
Chow mein.
Chow mein.
Chow mein. Morning.
What?
Good.
So, because I didn't get Jeff Matthias Hump Day stuff, I'm now playing the Hump Day stuff. Is today Tuesday or Wednesday?
It's Wednesday.
Is it Wednesday already?
It's Hump Day.
God.
Get it?
Well, yesterday was like a snow day to me, man. I didn't feel good. I slept most of the day. I was trying to answer emails, and the problem is I like dozed off with my wife on the couch. We both wasn't feeling good. Then I came down and spent 3 hours making commercials. Joe Leeper, by the way, who kept listening to him, he'd text, man, they sound great. And then I ended up upstairs and starting to fall asleep again. Like yesterday was just a weird day for us.
If you think you can smoke the ice at the ice rink, you're a redneck and a Riri.
Is that how it works?
That's what somebody said. Okay, so.
Is
that rain?
No, that's Stephanie. She's been doing that, and I keep saying, what is that? What is that?
What is that?
What is it?
It's me rolling
Steph,
my ball on the table.
Can you hear it?
Let me roll my ball.
Can you hear it can you hear it in your headphones?
No.
All right, stop moving for a second. Do it again. You don't hear that.
I hear it now.
Oh.
All right, we're out of here, everybody. It's just fun in the morning.
Can you hear me? Hold on.
Golly, let's be entertained on stupid stuff after the show. Bye, y'all.
You can't hear mine.
No, I don't. No, I don't hear you rolling your balls in your hand.
Yeah, because my ball's firmer.
It's because yours is chunky.
It's firmer.
It's chinky.
Bye, everybody. Oh my God.